Joe, you gonna lead us in?
Hey guys, welcome to your Kind of Funny Games. Very exciting pre-show. What did I say? Game show? Oh, Kind of Funny Games.
It's okay.
Cast.
You nailed it, dude.
Pre-show. Clearly need more coffee. It's been a long day.
Yeah, it has been a bit of a day. Yeah, I'm Jared. That's Joey. Joey,
This is
how's
our
it?
Extra Life thank you plaque
Aw.
from the lovely people at Extra Life.
Oh, that
Fun
was
fact.
nice of them.
Hey Kev, can we see the chat?
Ooh, chat. Hi, everybody.
Speaking of Extra Life, you can sign up for 2018 Extra Life right now. Kindoffunny.com/Extra Life.
Wow, when's that happening?
We don't know yet.
Well, okay.
In November at some point that we will announce after convention season.
Beautiful.
Oops. Speaking of Extra Life, I'm accidentally calling our Extra Life co-captains right now because we're in a group chat about stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
Because I sent them a picture of the award because, you know.
Well, Mike says Joey hype.
Oh, hi, Mike
Got
Kurzer.
that, Joey,
How are
hi.
you?
Yeah.
I heard Greg read your resub this morning on Kind of Funny Games Daily.
There we go. I like how you got like that sped up access at your desk now. You're not like completely behind anymore on the
it's
show.
very nice because I can just like roll out and answer those very important questions like, who's that guy? Oh, his name is Sterling K. Brown, like this morning, because he's excellent.
Uh-oh. I made a mistake. I went a bridge too far. I put 3 LaCroix on 2 coasters, and I just can't do that. Can't happen.
So yeah. So welcome to the Gamescast. Jared, I'm not on Gamescast. I'm just filling in while Tim finishes some stuff up.
That's all right. You're here often before
I am.
the show.
I know. It's kind of fun. I like the pre-show. I get to talk with the chat.
Your amicable host. Hey, it's Corey's first time in the live stream. Hi, Corey. Welcome.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, spoilers. We're going to talk about E3 predictions.
Oh, that's exciting. Yeah. E3. What is this E3 you speak of?
You know, okay, so do you know how much have you ever used the website Clout?
No,
Okay.
I've never used Clout.
Clout is like a weird website that gives you a ranking from 1 to 100 about like different like about your like social presence.
Oh Lord.
And it's almost like a joke thing though.
Like it's there to like mock your social presence?
No, I mean it does real things, but like people use it as a joke. Like,
okay,
I have a
they're
really
like-
high Clout score.
Okay.
You can go to it's clout.com, I think KLOUT.
Do you have to register to check?
I think it just links to your Twitter account and that's what it does. But it gives you, when you first log in, because they announced today that they're shutting this down, but I logged in because I'm like, oh, I haven't logged into Clout in forever. And it gives you like a segment of like the topics that you are like the most like knowledgeable about. So it gave me a bunch of random ones, including PAX and E3.
Okay.
And then it also had chickens.
So you knew PAX, E3, and chickens.
Yeah, and I don't understand why. And Dornbush got chickens too, and we're both trying to figure out why. The only thing that I can think of is I really like Arrested Development, and they have that whole bit about the like nobody in Arrested Development knows what a chicken looks like or sounds like.
Yeah.
But that's the only.
But how did Clout figure that out?
I don't know. It's super weird.
Well, are they correct? How much do you know about chickens?
I know nothing about chickens.
Have you ever hatched a chicken?
No.
No. Have you ever eaten a chicken?
Yes.
So right there. You're 1 out of 2 so far. You were already 50%. Have you eaten an egg?
Yeah.
Now you're 66%.
But
Look
like
at that.
I don't know anything about raising chickens or like.
Okay. We're back to 50%. Okay.
I don't know anything about
Have
like
you-
chickens as an animal and like what kind of lifestyle they live or like what kind of what's the hierarchy thing of like food, water, shelter, like what they're
Okay, what do you think chickens eat?
some sort of grain.
Okay, that's good. Chickens definitely go out there and eat like corn and stuff like that,
Yeah.
like off the ground. Okay, so there we can do that.
They live in
what do
a-
they drink?
I assume water, like
Okay,
every
you're
other
good.
living animal
Where do chickens live?
in some sort of housing structure.
In the housing structure, sometimes called the chicken coop.
There we go.
There we go.
Maybe it's because I play so much damn Stardew Valley that they think that I
That's what
know
it
about
is.
chickens.
Yeah, that could be it.
Damn. Okay, so we figured that out.
It could. Somebody's saying it's probably the chicken wingding tweets.
Oh, that's totally valid.
Yeah. Oh, that's Starkey. Yeah, he's pointing that out.
Trevor
Oh, and
Starkey.
Freeman too. Yeah, both mentioning that. Goodness gracious.
But like, Dornbush doesn't tweet about that either.
That's a good point. What could it be? What is the secret? I don't know, man.
Cool, Greg, you have until like May 25th to check it because then they're shutting it down.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have so much clout token, y'all have no idea.
You have a cloud. I've never checked this cloud out before. I don't know anything about the cloud.
Rudy O, who I'm now just realizing is probably Rudy Ortiz Jr. in this chat, So it's just Joey know anything about the hit Disney film Chicken Little. I don't know that I would call it the hit Disney film. I feel like that flew under the radar because it was one of those like Wallace and Gromity kind of.
Oh, I love that you're like, no, wait a minute. You said Wallace. No. That's Chicken Run.
Chicken Run. Then
you're thinking Chicken Little is an animated, 3D animated feature.
No, then maybe I only know things about Chicken Run.
Chicken Little's actually, I kind of like Chicken Little. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I definitely have not seen Chicken Little.
No, there's this one character in Chicken Little that's got kind of this like delightful blank stare that I really enjoy. To check Chicken Little out. It's not like the best Disney movie, but it's definitely not like Home on the Range tier.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually
Brother Bear.
No, let us speak no more of Brother Bear.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh, we're gonna do a Disney episode.
We got to do something. No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was talking with Tim because there's been a lot of talk on our subreddit about what we're going to do after MCU in review. People have been throwing out ideas, and there was a poll on one of them, and one of the poll options was Disney Channel original movies, which I would be so totally down to do, but I don't think that's necessarily going to get those views.
That would be
I know, that's the other thing is like, I don't know how easy it would be to find those in a watchable place. Also, I would want to add Susie Q into the mix, which I know is not a Disney Channel original movie, but it was still, I feel like it fits with that theme because it was shown on Disney Channel.
That's the thing.
Time.
If it was like movies that were on the Disney Channel constantly, then we could probably make that happen.
Yeah, because like Hocus Pocus was showed a lot on the Disney Channel, but I don't think that you could necessarily. I think that's too high budget.
So Hocus Pocus was, if I understand correctly, Hocus Pocus was planned as a Disney Channel original movie and came out so well that they decided to give it a theatrical release.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So we could finagle that in there.
Yeah, that was actually the original intention for it to be a Disney Channel original. And then they're just like, wow,
sense.
This is way too good for the Disney
We
Channel.
got Bette Midler. We got Sarah Jessica Parker. We have Kathy Najimy.
Amok. That movie,
great.
I love that movie. You love that movie?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Zachary Binks.
Angie's gotten on this thing lately where she'll be in the other room. She'll start going, I can't do it right, but she'll be like, book. Like she just does this at random.
My best friend's mom does it every Halloween, and it's like our favorite thing.
So you know Kalila Alston from IGN?
I know who she is, but I don't think I really know her.
First off, got to make friends with Kalila. Okay. She's the best. Second, biggest Hocus Pocus fan I've ever met. She has a lot of Hocus Pocus wear. Like just fantastic.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Kalila because she's the best. What do we got here? Oh, somebody wants to ask questions. What do we got here? It's things going on with that. What do you see coming up? Cool Greg, are you watching Riverdale season 2?
I just finished Riverdale season 1. I fucking loved it. It's hella good.
That's right.
Yeah.
I didn't know. We're going to have to talk.
Okay, let's go.
I am a Riverdale apologist. Riverdale is the best. If you're not watching Riverdale, why are you bothering to live? That's how good Riverdale is. That's right. It's spectacular. Love that Riverdale.
As far as season 2, once it's on either Hulu or Netflix or wherever the fuck they're going to upload it to. But I'm not going to watch it on cable.
Yeah, you wait for that season 2 to get that all in one big burst.
I like the binge aspect of it.
Oh, there we go. Sounds like I got a plan now. You missed out. You snooze, you lose, Mr. Yasmin. You should have brought it up earlier.
So you're not watching it on the CW or the CW's other website, the CW Seed?
Oh, fuck with the CW.
Oh, yeah. I tried to watch the OC on that, and then I was like, this is too complicated.
Yeah, the fact that there are two different CWs is weird.
Sorry,
yeah.
I don't know what to do with that. That's a little too strange.
Joey, can you help me? I think I did it, but I don't know. This is where I'm at.
Tim hates Riverdale?
Your clout score is 59.
Oh, dude, I got so much more clout than 59.
And then there's like a home screen. I don't know where it is.
I always spelled it with a C. I never seen it with a K. Cloud over culture. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. So these are the things. You're also an expert in chickens.
See, I didn't talk about no chicken wing ding, so I don't know what that's about.
Can you look up my cloud?
Hold on, man. I'm an expert.
Just take a screenshot of that for sure.
Yeah,
so you don't lose it.
So the first one is Bow Wow. Which
you're an expert in Bow Wow?
I mean, I fuck with Bow Wow super tough. He got an album coming out. We got chickens, HBO, which I don't have, so that makes no sense. I don't think I watch anything on HBO other than AMC. I don't know what the hell.
I thought there was just one HBO account that the whole world shared. Isn't that how it works? Like one HBO
everybody's
Go
like
account.
cousins, uncles, old roommates.
Except it's all the same person. It's one human that's subscribing.
I did have them for a while, but I got signed out of it, I think, when I got a new phone. Impact Wrestling makes sense. Kendrick Lamar does not make any fucking sense. I openly say I don't listen to him. Net neutrality or whatever. I don't even know what the word is.
Net neutrality? Oh, that's important. That's
am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all our jobs depend on that. Like the fact that we make money doing this is pretty much dependent on net neutrality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Get in on the
Penny
EFF.
Arcade Expo.
PAX.
Don't know what that is.
Yeah.
PlayStation Network. I'm cool with that. Star Wars. Hell no. Video game industry. Hell no. Xbox. Hell no. Bow Wow's the only one. I'm only accepting Bow Wow.
But a lot of those make sense based on your
Not my tweets.
connections, though.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's Snarky Starky says, I never watched Riverdale, but I appreciate that Don Draper's daughter is going to be Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
I'm very excited about that.
Me too. Oh, she's such a good actress.
She's so good. And it's going to be, they had something about like, they announced the title, I think.
Yeah, they
like
did.
Something kind of spookier.
It's going to be very macabre and horror based.
Which I'm very excited about.
Well, the book, that they have really taken Archie comics in some fascinating directions over the last few years. And this is just perfect. Just perfect.
Yeah, I want to get back and read some of the new stuff because I would always read, like anytime we went to the grocery store or anything, we always had like a rule in my family that like I could never ask for toys because my mom would always say no. And she's like, if I ever break down one day and say yes, then you'll always like pester me for things. So I always have to say no. And I was like, so I learned like not to ask. She would always buy me books. And somehow I convinced her that Archie comics counted as books.
They totally count as books. Absolutely.
So I like even still at my parents' house, I have like shelves and shelves filled with the double digest versions.
How do I get to your house?
I know, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love
I want to go.
comics.
So I like that there's like individual like storylines that like you don't really have to follow super closely, but
Yeah.
I feel like now there's like a little bit more of like a narrative.
There is more of a narrative. There's also a lot of interesting limited books they do. Like they've done some stuff where they're doing some really
Some like
neat kind of
crossover
mature
stuff, right?
Yeah, there's some mature storytelling stuff and some, but then there's like goofy books like here's Archie and his friends post-apocalypse. Like here's like a Cthulhuan evil god rising in the world and horror becoming real.
Yeah.
How do Archie and his friends survive?
That's
Yeah.
Archie and the werewolf.
Huh?
Archie and the
That's not the name of the strip, no. But that's I think there's
he
a werewolf.
turns into a werewolf, right?
I think is he a werewolf now?
I thought I read that.
I think he may have. I don't know. I don't remember that.
One of these guys. Oh, sorry. You could.
Oh, that's okay. No, somebody just asked, did you ever see the Japanese film 13 Assassins? I have. It's pretty good. You see 13 Assassins?
I have no idea what that is.
It's not. What's that?
That ending.
Yeah, it does have a. Well, way to spoil it, Kevin.
I didn't spoil it.
Now I know that it's sad.
Okay, yeah, but like, how sad?
It's so. What's that?
Very.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Ruined it again.
I like that movie. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I would say. Let's see something right now. I don't say.
But yeah, Riverdale in theory should be something that I like, but I feel like this is the thing that Andy was even talking about earlier on the morning show when we were talking about Parks and Rec. I could start a new TV show, or I could just watch The Office again.
There is that. And which is the better option?
Joey.
Are you asking me which is the better option or which option do I pick most often?
Yeah, secret option
Yes.
B there.
Joey,
Yeah.
do you remember when we started watching Parks and Rec here?
Yeah,
and we
here
watched
over
the
Christmas
same-
break?
The same episode you had already seen.
Because
3
I've seen the
times?
first 3 episodes. I cannot even tell you how many times. We're probably going on like 8 or 9 at this point.
I feel like we had a fun time though. You know,
We
what I
did
mean?
have a fun time. That was like we're not working.
Why
but we're
were
working.
you here? I came to do
I was
something.
working on stuff.
I came to do something, and you came in, but you didn't realize I was here. Was that time? Or did I
came
come
in like that
and you
whole
were like
week.
set up down there?
Oh yeah. Then there was one time where I was doing something and then I got tired of doing that and I was like, I want to play Persona. But I didn't want to feel like leaving, so I just played Persona here on the big TV.
Oh, Mr. Yasman says Joey and Jared, the actress who played Eowyn from Lord of the Rings, will play Aunt Zelda in the Netflix Sabrina show. That would be the talented Miranda Otto. I believe.
I don't understand that reference because I don't like Lord of the Rings.
Oh, you know,
They suck.
wait, do you not like any Lord of the Rings or just the films?
I've never read the books.
Okay.
And I don't like high fantasy,
Yeah, like at all?
pretty much.
Just is it like an aversion to people with swords or?
No, I don't really like any of the Lord of the Rings stuff. I don't really care about Game of Thrones, which I know is not popular.
Okay, well
either.
that like no that
But they're like fantasy.
we're talking like comparing Lord of the Rings to
I don't really
to
like
Game
fantasy
of Thrones
stuff. I guess is just the easy
One's a
default.
masterpiece and the other one won a bunch of Oscars for bullshit reasons.
Choo choo choo.
Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones is a glorified soap opera after season 3.
Yeah, but it's like a dope soap opera.
The first 3 seasons of Game
Are
of
you
Thrones are great.
insulting
After
soap
that, it
operas?
sucks. I love soap operas, actually. No, the first 3 seasons of Game of Thrones are awesome, and then it turns terrible.
No, it
I'm,
doesn't.
I'm living Dallas.
I've watched all 13 seasons of Dallas,
I
my
love
friend.
Dallas.
13 seasons of Dallas.
I haven't watched all 13. I've probably seen like the first 5 seasons. But I love Dallas.
Joey, can we talk about Dallas?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm very well, like my mom loved Dallas, so then we eventually started accumulating the DVD sets for Dallas.
MCU in Review Part 2, Dallas with Joey and Jared. Let's go.
Okay,
We'll
bye.
keep this going forever. Joey, seriously, no irony. It's one of my favorite TV shows of all time.
Bye, Joe.
Oh, we got to talk about this. Can I not be on the show and go talk with Joey about Dallas?
About Dallas?
Yeah, because that show was really good.
Are we leaving this here?
No, you can do whatever you want with it. I brought it up for the pre-show. I thought Joey would care about it being
She pointed it out.
Little Miss Social, but she said no. She doesn't care about the sick kids anymore.
That's not what she said. Actually, she started the episode by showing it.
She doesn't care about the big, beautiful kids, everybody.
She cares very much.
You heard it here first, everybody. Joey Noel's giving up.
I'm trying to listen. Does this fit?
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about it.
I think you could go a size smaller.
I feel like I'm punching my bear here.
I like the shirt.
Punch in my bear.
Shit talking Joey Noel. Christmas in April. No
Can I
way.
erase this?
Yeah.
Because I think the prevailing theory is.
I heard, yeah. I'm down with that.
Prevailing theories.
Prevailing theory is what?
I made Kevin buy chalkboard paint for what I think is a great idea of painting a chalkboard over there.
Okay.
That we could then put things on, like, here's how many units the PlayStation 4 is currently sold.
Right.
And update it.
And it's just right there. You can look.
Exactly. We have a quick reference.
Yeah.
Everything was great. We got all the stuff here. Of course, everybody made the mistake of asking Nick. Who's like, oh, people sit there and they're going to touch
Put
it.
it up and Nick came in.
It would have been a bigger deal.
Taken down.
Bigger deal. So,
The biggest
Wait, it's
deal
paint.
is
How are you gonna
I
take it
hate
down?
This idea.
which part?
The chalk mainly.
Well, here's the thing: is it's already over. So
Yeah.
now the idea that Nick's come up with, which I can't argue makes sense, is nobody sees these shelves.
Yeah.
So get rid of the shelves, put a whiteboard there, and we can just do the exact same thing
Why
there.
don't-
Yeah.
Like, look,
And also
the
you can
whiteboard there is just as effective.
No, it isn't because I can't see the bottom of it.
You don't have to.
Well, here's what I mean. Like,
What if we jimmy
There's solid points all around right
if you
now.
bring it
I'll
up,
jimmy it up.
yeah,
I'll
just
jimmy it up.
just
Go
put
ahead.
it so we can hang it across.
I'll drill a hole in it.
Yeah.
Zip tie. Boom. There it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Can you write it on it?
Because the shelves
like,
are
tied
useful.
up there? Like, is it going to knock the
my
lights
back
out?
For your
Like
fucking
this.
sodas.
Until you forget them, and then
Damn.
there's like 3 of them sitting.
I don't. That's happened once, where there's been more than one.
Where will we keep the coasters?
What?
Where will we keep the coasters?
Yeah, dude. There's a lot of questions that aren't being thought about. But no. I like the idea. It's a great idea. I just like chalk. Chalk is like Attack of the Clones.
Whoa.
It's everywhere.
That's sand.
So
Oh,
coarse.
that's sand. Oh,
Dusty.
I'm supposed to ask
hate
you about
it.
Riverdale.
Oh, you like Attack of the Clones, but
I don't know.
The
Don't watch
chat
it.
was like, I'm supposed to ask you about it.
Was it Mr. Yasman 300?
I don't know.
I assume it was.
Fuck me in the face.
Because I like
Assume it
Riverdale, and
was.
they were like, hey, you need to ask him about this.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
I'm
not that
sure
big a
I'd
deal.
like it. I just.
So you just don't care.
Just don't care.
I expected
Haven't
you
given
to
it a
like get
shot.
hostile.
Oh
based
my
on-
god,
no,
they're
no,
everywhere.
no.
Yeah. What, sand?
Zombies.
Zombies?
You boys ready to rock and roll?
That's kind of how it works. No, let's do this for another hour.
I'm ready.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Go for it.
Okay.
Actually, give me
Can't believe we get paid for this.
You're getting paid?
You good?
Yeah. Whatever you are. Us too.
Cool.
Fuck you, zombie.
Oh man,
What's up, guy?
I screwed it up.
It's okay.
I'm so
It's
sorry.
Okay. It's okay. No one will ever know. Welcome to the first ever episode 170 of the Kind of Funny Gamescast. As always, I'm Tim Gettys, joined by one of the coolest dudes in video games, Greg Miller.
Hey, good to see you.
How you doing? Howdy, partner.
Thank you. Yeah, I just did.
Yeah?
I just did Red Dead Radio episode 2. Jared
Ooh.
Petty's
Did you
new.
do that with the Reverend Jared Petty?
Hey!
He did do it with the
Oh
Reverend
my
Jared
God,
Petty.
how was that?
It was a lot of fun. It
was great.
That was a fun episode. We had
Really
a
good show.
time.
Is the episode available now?
It is.
Wow, that's right. Well,
Unless you're watching.
if you're watching on the live stream,
kids are
it's
watching live,
not. But if you're watching it on Friday, it is. So
Okay.
that's the answer.
Okay, cool. Because
Friday
this
or
show
after.
is available on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames every Friday at 9 a.m. if you're a Patreon user.
So it wouldn't be
Or-
on YouTube, right?
It's still technically on YouTube.
But not
then
on
it's
Friday at
free
9
On
a.m.
Mondays at 9 a.m.
If
for
you're watching us
everybody
on Friday or Monday, it's up.
youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. It's just a couple dollars, get you a whole bunch of different things. I suggest that you go to patreon.com/kindoffunnygames. Look at the options. See which one is for you. One of the options, you can watch the show live. One of the options, you can watch the video whenever you want. Some of the other options, like you get to talk to Greg personally.
Hi, it's me, Greg.
It's going to be a good time for you. You should do all that. This is Kind of Funny Gamescast each and every week right here We get together, talk about video games, all the things that we love about them. We have a good time. Jared Petty's here.
Yes,
he
sir.
does a whole bunch of stuff on his channel,
Hop, blip, and a jump. That's right.
There's that show. There's Red Dead Radio.
Yep.
There's a
There's
whole
Pockets
bunch
Full
of
of Soup.
stuff.
There's all kinds of stuff over there.
If you like
Find it
video
all.
games, it's a good time to be alive.
It is a good time to be alive.
And if you like people talking about video games, great time to
It's
be
even
alive.
better time to be
it
alive.
is.
Jesus,
If
what?
you like Satan, I don't know, Kev.
Is that a
I
good
don't
time to be
know.
alive right now if you like Satan?
We'll have to ask our
Jeez.
Patreon producer, Tom Bach. Tom Bach,
Hey!
shout out to you. Your question of the week. What's the deal with Satan right now? How's he doing? How's all that going on? And thank you all at the $20 or above level patrons right here. Your names will be there. $25 or above. Like I said, go to patreon.com/kindoffunnygames. Look at things. See what we got wrong, what you want to get right. It doesn't matter. There's a cost to everything. You know what I mean?
There is a
Everything has
cost
its
to
price.
everything.
Everything has its price. How you guys doing?
I tell you what, I think we're off to the races right here,
Off
Tim.
to the races, man. The internet's been in and out all day.
Yeah.
When you have things to do, it kind of fucks with your life. You know
when
what
you
I mean?
can't when you can't do those things.
When you can't do those things. I like your shirt.
Oh, thank you very much. I like it too. It's a brand new shirt. It's first
Do you
time
get
wearing
the
it.
reference, Greg?
Yeah, it's if you're an audio listener, it's a little Winnie the. Is this a not Teespring? T Turtle?
I think it's T-Turtle. It's officially licensed. I know that.
It's a drawing of Winnie the Pooh, and under it says "No bothers given"
That's
because
right.
there's a current fun rap phrase going around called "No fucks given," and of course Winnie the Pooh doesn't say fuck; he says bother. Oh bother!
He's like, "Oh,
but
bother."
now when you hear "Oh bother," you'll really understand he's saying "Oh fuck."
Yeah.
Try to imagine when
My paw's in the honey pot again.
Why is he always
Oh
doing that?
fuck!
I don't know if I like or hate.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot. It works.
I know it
Yeah,
does.
it does work.
I know the
It's a good
cowboy
look
hat
for you.
works.
I don't know about the glasses though. Do cowboys have glasses? See, this really works.
Well, now I need to
Teddy
get like
Roosevelt
rugged. Now I need like the jean jacket with that puff collar, not puff collar. You know what I mean? Like the sheep's wool collar.
Also, put them back on. Cowboys totally had glasses.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Did they?
absolutely. Yeah, totally.
Well, I just watched Tombstone, which I discussed on Red Dead Radio, available now on youtube.com/hotblipjump.
Thank
right?
you. YouTube.com/hot blip and a jump.
Got and a jump there.
Yeah,
okay.
and a jump.
Just
Yep.
go to hotblipjump.com.
Yeah.
And there Jason Priestley's character wears glasses. So yeah. Yeah.
American
cowboy
President Theodore Roosevelt, Teddy, real life
Rough
cowboy.
Rider. Rough
Totally
Rider.
wore those glasses.
You wore the glasses.
Yep.
Not a cowboy.
You asked me, Tim, how I'm doing. I'm doing pretty
Yeah.
goddamn good. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
I got a lot of things happening in my life right now when it comes to the video game world, and I'm pretty stoked about all of them. Next week, I won't be here with you clowns. I think you're not even here, right?
I'm not here either.
Now y'all
So,
are stuck with me next week.
week, I'm going away the entire week for E3 Judges Week, where I get to go see a whole bunch of E3 games early and get, medical term as we decided, embargoed out the ass.
Yep.
So I won't be able to talk about them for quite a while.
Some of
Maybe
them
sooner than
will.
you think, because I've already seen some of the
you
embargo
won't.
pages. Yeah.
And that's exciting.
Yeah. So I'll be able to talk about that in my next Gamescast appearance, which won't be next week because I'll be in LA doing all this stuff.
Next week,
Yeah.
I am also going to be in Judges Week for bits and pieces.
I was going to say, to be very clear, I am a judge.
Yes.
I am a chosen one. Tim is not.
I'm not a chosen
Tim's a
one.
hanger-on who's going to come suckle on my teat.
So you
That's
are the
a
law.
perspective.
I am the law.
You
That
are the
is
law. Okay.
Oh my God.
Milady.
Good Lord. So what's going to happen next week on Gamescast is it's going to be Jared Petty alongside Kevin Coelho and Andy Cortez. And that's going to be a fun show.
That's going to be a hell of a Gamescast.
I'm gonna have a good time with that.
Jared's gonna host the show, and the topic of the show, I have decided, is going to be Kevin and Andy's Game of the Years so far.
Oh, that'll be fun. I like that.
All the games that they've played in 2018
Ooh,
and
I
having
like
that
that.
fun conversation there. So that's going to be a good episode for everybody. And then, the week after that will be the Judges Week games.
What I can start talking about.
What you can talk about.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be a good
Now
time.
hold on one
I'm
second.
very
What
excited
I'm
about the
doing
games I
here
get
is
to play
doing
next week.
something, and
What are
I'm
you
going to
doing?
keep talking while I do it so that you understand that I'm doing something.
Right. He's doing a thing.
Now here's where it gets interesting, everybody. Are you guys recording Thursday as usual?
What, Thursday? Yeah, I think that's the plan.
Kevin Coelho, your life's about to get very interesting. Yesterday on the way out, I said, does anybody else want a State of Decay code for a State of Decay 2? Because I got my code in yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Took care of myself, of course, first. You got one too, but I know
got
you don't
one
care
too.
about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Don't care at all.
Kevin, I'm going to give you the code. Next week on Thursday, the review, oh, maybe I'm not supposed to say that. Theoretically, the review embargo would be up. I don't know. I doubt they care. You can review it next Thursday. You can talk freely about it next Thursday. So I'm going to give you the code. You got a job to do now. Play some
You got
State of Decay
homework.
2.
Little Kevin Coelho homework.
Now maybe you
on
can
your brand new TV.
What
Why
kind
is
of
he-
TV
why is he
you get?
shaking his
What
head
kind of
no?
TV you
He
get?
got that good.
He got that.
I haven't talked about it.
He's got a new TV. No, you can talk about that.
Reveal. Kevin Coelho now has the beautiful LG OLED.
Oh, beautiful. Good.
The C8.
Wow.
So that'll be fun.
You
He can
gotta
do
catch
it.
up, Greg.
No, I'm fine. We got a deal from a best friend out there. Wink, I won't say because I don't want the person to be inundated with it, right? And the original idea was I was going to buy it, right? And I want because like when the TVs are next to each other, my old plasma looks like garbage because I bought it for GTA 4. It's just been around forever. And I was like, all right, cool. But then Monster Hunter days ended. You know, we're not playing side by side Monster Hunter as much anymore in Gen 9. It's true. Well, you know, I'm gonna go back to it though. We're gonna play more.
Yeah, it's totally gonna happen.
Kevin's fucking face.
Kevin, I still want to play more with you. I still want to play more with you.
Yeah, no, I do too, but like we gotta let shit go.
No, I don't want to let shit go. I love Monster Hunter.
You don't let that go because that's gonna get. It's gonna get
but
real
the problem
beautiful
is, so once I moved the other TV back in there, and now occasionally it comes out for whatever random thing, it's just whatever.
You're so funny, man.
I know. Don't get me wrong. The other plasma needs to be retired. My other TV's fine though. It's 65 inches. It's great.
I'm loving my 27-inch TV. That's fine. I'm not worried about it. Playing games on my tiny TV.
But my God of War looked great on it. I don't need to worry about it. It looks good.
You don't know. You don't even understand.
You're right. That's $2,000 in my pocket. $3,000 in my pocket.
It could be way less than that with these deals. It's way less than that.
No.
Yeah.
Kevin, how much you spend for your TV? $2,000. Yeah. Yeah, $2,200.
It was 15. That's not how math works.
And you should blame the IRS if you want to know why I'm not just going to be buying TVs left and right. All right?
Yeah.
Not going to do it. Taxes suck, and I hate them.
You have to pay them taxes.
Yeah. I'm happy to be the first person ever to be on Kind of Funny to say taxes are bad. Now, as I was saying, I am having quite a time lately. Because not only do I have State of Decay 2 now, great. Not only are we getting close to Detroit, not only are we going to E3 Judges Week next week and seeing a bunch of crazy-ass games.
Yeah.
I got Garage.
Yes, you do.
I got Garage. Now, if you remember, the Nindies event at GDC, Garage was Greg Miller's breakout Nindy of the show, 2018 TM trademark.
See what's happening here, Kev? Yep. Okay, thank you.
Because time codes. Garage, of course, we got to play it 2 seconds there. It's being put out by Tiny Build, of course. They put out Mr. Shifty last GDC, my other breakout Nindy of the year, or whatever. Nindy of GDC 2018. It's good, and it got patched to be better. Because the people, when I was talking about how great Mr. Shifty was, when it finally, coming out of GDC, the preview event, I was like, this game's awesome. And then it got there, and I was like, I've played a little bit of it, it's great. And then people were like, whoa, actually, the performance gets terrible later on in the game. And I was like, oh, sorry, I didn't know. And then they patched that, so it's better. So
great. Yeah, I haven't played it since the patch. It was fun.
Yeah, it's Nightcrawler Hotline Miami. Yeah, whatever. Garage is another, I mean, like, I'm talking, you know, again, I'm not trying to insult Nindies or independent games or anything like that, but like what I like on my Switch right now is it is the Vita 2, where it has the promise of, well, I guess it's the promise of Vita 1, but it has, we have big ass AAA games you're excited about. We got Mario Tennis Aces coming up. We got Smash Brothers coming up. Yeehaw! But we also got all these little indies coming to it. And that's what Garage is. You know what I mean? Again, Tiny Build, you wake up in a garage, and guess what? As you start moving through the different levels of it, top down, again, kind of looks like Hotline Miami or Mr. Shifty. You're going through incredibly dark environments, trying to pick up health, and there's zombies. And so, like, as I know from the preview I played at GDC, eventually, it's twin stick, I got guns, the cops are there, they're fighting the zombies, but both are also fighting you. Like, they don't want you to get out of this for some reason.
Got that Half-Life feel to it. Where
Exactly,
just
everybody's against you. And so, it dropped today as of recording on the eShop. I got a code late last night. So I am, like, literally, we had a lovely dinner last night. Had a guest over. And then they left. I went to the couch. I wanted to play this, started it up, and put it in tablet mode, or tabletop mode here, as they call it, you know, where there's now going to be, I don't know if you saw it, a new charger, of course. No HDMI out in it, whatever. Started playing, and then I almost immediately started falling asleep, which sucks when you anticipate a game. Woke up early this morning, got here, played a little bit more before this, super early in the game. But so far, I can tell you, it's delivering on what I want. I like the mood of it. I like the setting of it. I like the gameplay of it. Right now, I mean, again, to show you if you're playing at home or already have or will, I have the fire axe, right? I've had the fire axe for like 2-3 minutes or whatever. So I'm early on in this game. Load time's not great. Not bad, but like to the point of I'm noticing that this is taking a while to load, whereas it shouldn't.
You think it's part of the experience? Like, remember garage doors opening, how slow they can be sometimes. And just like,
now, you see what? If they would have done that as the thing, that would have been a great way to do it. That would have been a really cool, fun way to do it.
If you're listening, Tiny Build,
just add that garage door. Just put it in there. Just
or is the game out now?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there's not time.
No, but again, you can patch it. Patch it like you patch Mr. Shifty.
Yeah.
You know how you got it going on there.
I love the reaction they would get if instead of taking the time to reduce load time, they spent the time they could spend engineering that, patching in a garage.
Yeah, that's all they could. Yeah, right. Instead of optimizing, they just put that in.
Go over real well.
But so the idea of the gameplay is again, yeah, top down. You're just a dude in a hat. It looks like a Left 4 Dead hat, but it ain't. Walking around this garage.
It's a horror influence thing.
It is. Well, I mean, it's a horror game. Yeah,
but like not just like zombies and stuff. Like I feel like it goes beyond that. Like even if those are the enemies, it's like it has a real Friday the 13th movie tone to it.
Yeah. I mean, like you were listening to me play, right? You know,
yeah.
I'll just bring it. You can hear it there. Like, right? Can you hear this, Kev?
I can't.
No,
Hold on, I'm gonna come down closer, Kev.
just pick it up.
No, because then I can't. Well, I guess I could if I.
Lay down the mic.
Kev,
There's so many other options.
I'm doing your other option, Kev. All right. You hear it now, Kev? Well, there's a car. Wow.
You didn't plan that.
No. Well, I saw you doing it.
Right,
I
so I'm
sped
going
up.
down, dark, creepy hallways. Here, as you can see the lights playing into it. Right there, that's something you just introduced. That's stuff that'll kill you in 1 second, so you can't go there. I need a key for this door, but I'm walking around, I got my axe. Swing the axe, do that. But it's quiet. It's creepy. Yeah. And then you'll see the bad guys, right, and they'll come running at you. That's when
It's like creepy Gauntlet.
Sure, I'll give you that. Yeah. There's a key over there. How do I get to it? Can I roll over that?
I like the aesthetic of the game, though.
You can't. No,
The elf is about to die.
But I like the kind of it's pixelated, but not in that retro like Super Nintendo NES way, but more in the like out of this world.
Oh, I love that. Yeah,
style.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what that's even called. Like more of like Panda Musk, like
Sure.
Game Over Brady Show intro.
Yeah.
Whatever that style is. Like it's pixels.
Yeah, I don't
but, like,
I don't know how art works. So I don't know the word for that.
It looks like Hotline Miami he's saying over there, but darker and scarier. Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, very cool. And then I'm getting on the plane, obviously, to go to Judges Week, where I'll
Yeah.
be playing this a lot, but then I got a whole bunch of other stuff to play.
you do.
What do I have to play?
You
Hold
have
on.
to play.
What do you have to play? He just ran out. He
I'm
just went
hoping
away.
He's talking about Donkey Kong
I
Country
was-
Tropical Freeze.
Brum, brum, brum,
'Cause it is
oh,
a
he just
fantastic
grabbed a
game.
laptop.
No, I've
came
been
running back
stacking
here.
Switch codes
Stacking
in my
Switch.
notes, so I'm going to redeem them here while we talk about other games, so I get it all done. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
Talking about Switch.
Multitasking.
I just want to bring a point up because I was
Sure.
on Games Daily when you guys talked about the new
Yeah.
dock that
Yeah,
they have.
yeah,
It's like a tabletop mode dock.
So if you're not familiar with it, think about, taking your Switch into tabletop mode, right? Where you just have it sitting on your thing, Joy-Cons in your hands, or your Pro Controller in your hands. And so now there's like another little stand you plug it into, put it down on it, and it'll hold it for you while it charges it or powers it, I guess.
Yeah, with no HDMI, so you can't.
Which is the
have
part
it
of
on
like,
TV.
come on, why wouldn't you just
Now,
put the HDMI?
here's the thing. Here's my theory on all of this, and this kind of supports every time we talk about what the next Nintendo Switch is going to look like in terms of revisions and in terms of what will the XL version be, or the Mini be, or whatever it is. Are they going to make a portable only or a enhanced console only?
I'm listening.
What are the options, right? I feel like this is a perfect example of what my theory is of Nintendo taking their first year and a half to really push. This is a home console that you can take with you on the go. We're slowly going to start to see them turn into, this is a portable system that you can also play at home. And that's when they're going to phase out the 3DS eventually. And that's when we're going to start seeing families buying multiple versions of the Switch for the different kids that they have.
I mean, obviously they're going to want to get to the point that they can sell it to children, as many in the household as they can. They've been pretty blatant about the desire that they'd like to do.
Totally.
That. So,
I think that these type of devices are showing movement towards that direction, because it's like now that this is like one of the first times that they're officially like, this is not a home thing. This is this is not in front of your TV thing. This is playing your Switch wherever you want in a different dedicated way.
What I love about this is you have this theory, and I think there's a lot of logic to it. But being Nintendo, we're going to get to E3, and then suddenly on the live stream, there's just going to be an only TV version of Switch that you can't take anywhere at all. Instead,
I think
like,
that's the next step.
Oh,
That's what I'm
really?
saying.
I was
honestly,
joking.
I really think that the Switch, now that people have wrapped their head around it, it's a success. I think they're going to get fucking crazy with it. And I think that there's going to be a ton of different options that do not stick to the Switch, like the whole gimmick.
You mean the whole
mentality of the
clicking
Switch
brand that
The
they built
clicking,
their
being
entire
able to do
logo
both.
around? And
I can almost guarantee there will eventually be a version of the Switch that is portable only.
we've talked
Maybe
about a
some way
portable
to
only
get
version.
it on.
I don't think we ever get one that doesn't have Joy-Cons.
I do.
Yeah,
I really
I
do.
can't wait. I can't
Years
wait.
from now, though, right?
I mean, years from now, yes, being maybe 1 year.
Oh, really?
At earliest. But like, I think it's as soon as.
We need a time frame
End
on
of
this, because I
2019.
think there is some validity to what you're saying. By the way, I just happen to think it's going to go the other way. But like 18 months. I mean, what would you want to bet? Because I'm willing
The
to.
next 18 months.
Do you see a Joy-Conless Switch in the next 18 months?
Yes.
Wow,
Hold on,
really?
let me do the math.
I
on
would
18
say no.
months from now. By the end of 2019.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's 18 months.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's holiday 2019. Okay, I'm going to
It's like 19 months.
What are we going to
but-
bet? What are we going to bet?
I don't know.
Because I'll take
Whatever
that
the
bet
fuck
with
you
you.
want.
Kevin, this is the perfect thing. Can I get a...
No!
Stop being on the
What is
devil's
it?
side.
What is it with
Stop
you
being
and-
with the devil, sir.
What is with you and Satanism today?
Cool, Greg or Kevin, can I get a dry erase marker? This is what we're talking about, hanging this board in here for
That's
just
right.
such an occasion.
That's right. That was on the pre-show.
Yeah.
Talking. If you have pre-show, you saw that. So
Keep
what do you got?
going.
Okay. He's just staring
Yeah,
at something.
sorry.
What are we going to bet here? We gotta have something.
I don't know. What do you want?
I don't know. I'm not very good at this part of it. Greg,
Yeah.
you got any ideas? Should we bet? I mean, obviously,
Pizzas are always great bets, but are you going to still be keto in 18 months, you think?
In 18 months, I will probably not be ketosis anymore.
Okay.
I'll probably be in maintenance ketosis,
Okay.
which means I can cheat a little.
There you go. You could cheat on a pizza.
Here's my thing.
Sure.
Pizza's fine,
Here we go.
but I'm up. What?
Pink slips.
Me and you, a one-on-one lunch at the Green Burrito.
Wow.
That's a very specific one,
is.
but okay.
It is.
Why the green burrito?
We had a conversation about it today at lunch, and it just we were like,
This is the Hardee's thing, right? Like
Yeah,
Hardee's
Carl's
fast
Jr.
food?
Okay.
Yeah.
so
Sorry,
you
my
and I-
apologies.
Yeah.
So the green burrito.
the Green Burrito.
Okay.
Me and you, a one-on-one date.
I thought it was the red burrito. Is it the green burrito?
No, see, that's where we're from. That shows you have a Hardee's, right?
Okay, right,
Instead of
Hardee's,
Carl's Jr., you have Hardee's.
Oh, they don't. No
Yep.
kidding.
Yeah, I've never paid enough attention to, but when we were in Missouri, Tim flipped out and took a photo of
Said it to Kevin.
How did I
Hardee's.
miss
He was
this?
mad.
It's the green burrito out here?
Yeah.
green burrito here and red burrito back home.
So funny.
Fun fact, my wife has the Hardee's logo tattooed on her body.
What?
We talked about this before.
Did we?
Yeah, absolutely.
I forgot this for sure.
Yeah,
Where is it?
yeah, you made a pretty spectacular joke about it once, actually. It's exactly where you'd expect a Carl's Jr. logo to be on someone's body.
Everybody just walk away from it. Don't worry about it.
I'll tell that story sometime.
Oh my God,
but
that is that's fantastic.
yeah. Angie has a Carl's Jr.
Anyways,
tattoo.
okay, yeah. Carl's Jr. lunch.
Right. Yeah.
Or not Carl's Jr., excuse me. Green Burrito lunch.
Okay, so this is holiday 2019.
By the end of 2019. Yes.
Sold.
And I'm going to be honest, I feel like that I am being aggressive on that, but I like to be aggressive when it comes to these bets because I do think that a March, see, even then March 2020 sounds late.
Yeah, as the cheerleader said, be aggressive.
B-E
aggressive. That's
There you
right.
go.
Was it B-E aggressive? I
The
was like
second one.
BB.
The second one's B-E aggressive.
And see, this
spell
screws
it out.
this screws my whole head cannon up
Yeah.
because whenever BB-8 does something aggressive, I always hear BB aggressive when he
Yeah.
does it. Like I hear that chant, and he's running across it. He's like zapping people with his little
Fucking
zapper
works,
or
man.
running into things. This messes up my whole life.
What do you think, Greg?
Write it smaller, Greg.
All right. What?
What? Why
He's already
are you
written the whole
judging
thing.
me?
Because that's going to have to last this year.
I know,
is
this
why
is
we
why
need
the
a
chalkboard
chalkboard
wall
wall.
would have been a much better call than the fucking whiteboard. But because everybody wants to suck Nick Scarpino's dick, guess what? That's what's happening.
Hey, you want the chalkboard outside?
What is it? It's just paint on
What
a
are your thoughts on
wall
this,
we
Greg?
don't use.
I'm almost done.
Shut up, part-timer.
Why would you want paint on a
So-
wall you don't use?
So I put it over here. Tim, so a Joy-Conless Switch by 12/31/19. Tim, yes. Jared, no. Green burrito on the line. I'm with Jared. I don't think you get a Joy-Conless Switch in that time frame.
Okay.
I think it's way further out than this. I think they're still riding high on what this bitch is by then.
We probably need to define something here. Is that announced or on sale?
Announced.
Announced,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I think
Any official
Which,
confirmation?
honestly, I don't think that's too big
Yeah,
of a
I don't think
difference
that's
there.
gonna be very close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it'll be
I agree.
a month apart or something.
Yeah.
My reasoning for this is I feel like once Pokemon's out and once Animal Crossing's out, they're gonna want a portable version, like a cheaper portable version.
Oh, I think
in
they
as
want
many hands as possible.
I think they want a cheap portable version of it out pretty quick too. Although I wonder if they wouldn't use that as a second round Pokemon booster too.
And see that's the thing. I mean, there's a lot of solid points, but we'll see.
I
For
still think they're
reasons
gonna- oh,
to
sorry to
play
interrupt
Switch right now, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
All
ladies and
right. So
gentlemen.
how is this port? I'm really interested.
It is fantastic as
Yeah.
a port. I'm having a great time with it. I'm about 60 to 70% through the game. I beat it on Wii U back in 2013 when it first came out. I've talked about this game for years. I love it. I think it's one of the most underrated games of last generation. There you go.
Just redeemed it.
Yeah.
There you go.
80% of that game is fantastic.
So here's the thing.
Shots fired.
Like I said, I'm about 70% through.
Yeah.
And there are far less minecart or
yeah.
rocket barrel-y levels than I remember.
Yep. They
in
cut
it.
way back on it.
But I think it's because I kind of lump Returns and Tropical Freeze because the levels design is fairly similar.
Yeah, but Tropical
between the
Freeze
two.
is way better game in my opinion.
Way better. And the reason it is because every single level has such unique gimmicks, and I don't mean necessarily in gameplay, but in background and in the story that the level tells. As you go through, the level design is some of the best I've ever seen in a platformer.
Yep.
And it's not necessarily just the challenge of the game. It's a very challenging game. But it always gives you exactly the tools that you need to get through the part that you're in. And Greg, we always talk about how at the end of a lot of games, like one of the worst things possible is the final boss
switch your
fight.
boss up.
Switch it up.
Here's
and
some
getting
new crap
gameplay
you've never
style
done
you've
before.
never done
No.
before.
Yeah.
I feel like this game excels at having that done right in every level, where every level introduces something that you might only do there.
Okay.
But it always makes sense contextually based on what that level teaches you to do as it goes.
That's like the Mario 3 school level design. Yeah.
Exactly. It actually, wow, it really does remind me of Mario 3 in that way. But the difference being Mario 3, a lot of the levels, each world has its own visual style, and so does Tropical Freeze. But I feel like even within the levels, like going through a world of levels, where you start, world 2-1 and world 2-8 or whatever, are so different, but they're still in the same aesthetic, and it tells a story. Like as you're going through, I love that they take settings that you've seen a million times and just kind of flip it. I think it's even in the name, Tropical Freeze.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, but I also love how little ice there is in this game. It's not like every level's an ice world.
Right.
There's an ice world. But besides that, like I think it's world 4 is Savannah, like the deserty looking thing. And instead of just going the generic way that you'd kind of expect that to, and like in ways that in video games and platformers you've seen
Flattened with big trees.
that you've seen time and time again, this is like, okay, we're going to take kind of a Lion King aesthetic.
Yeah.
But instead of it just being like, oh, Lion King, Savannah, all that, it's like Lion King, the Broadway musical, where it's like there's like a level where you're going through a parade.
Yeah.
And they have like the giant like giraffe things from the Broadway, and you use that as the platforming. And I'm like, wow, that's so fucking cool. And it introduces gameplay elements that aren't in other levels, but it makes sense because as you're seeing it and as you see the way that they're moving, you're like, this makes sense. And I feel like that's what I love the most about this game is it makes sense, and Retro challenged themselves to make sure that every level had something new that didn't feel gimmicky and shitty. And the way Donkey Kong controls is way better than in any of the other games. Like him anytime you jump into water and the animation of him diving, it's one of the few games where it's fun to control a 2D character or any 2D, 3D character in water.
In water. There's so few games that works. Mario Odyssey does it well in 3D, and Tropical Freeze does it in the original in 2D. Tropical Freeze was a first preview I ever wrote for IGN. And I went in so sad that I was covering a Donkey Kong Country game because I hadn't enjoyed them. And I walked out going, this is amazing. I was like, this is fantastic. Completely changed my mind in the course of a couple of hours of playing it. I was just blown away by it. So I'm really happy to hear, and not surprised, but I'm very happy to hear the port has gone through. My experience of playing Tropical Freeze is like this. Wow. 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 Ah! Wow. 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 Like that is I hate the bad stages so bad, but most of the game is beautiful.
Does Funky Kong solve the bad stages?
No, not really.
Okay.
Like, because the thing, Funky Kong.
Is he funky?
Funky Kong solves a lot of other people's issues, which is the #GetGood type thing, where it's like, it is a difficult game.
Yeah.
And I'm not even talking shit. Like, there is a frustrating element to the Donkey Kong Country series of each of the characters having their unique abilities, and everyone has the one character they want to use, and it's like, I don't want to use the other one. So it's like, I don't want to use Cranky Kong. I want, and in this game, I prefer Dixie. But I remember like back in Donkey Kong Country 2, I prefer Diddy. It's like, there's just the character you want, and then when they die and you're stuck with Donkey Kong, you're like, fuck. But like, the game's based around that. And it's like, there's never too long that you go without another barrel being in the way. And if you lose the characters, it's your fault. Funky Kong kind of combines all their abilities.
Okay.
I feel like Funky Kong, I haven't been really playing with it because I like how the game was originally designed.
Sure.
But Funky Kong's great because it's not like Nintendo's done in the past, where it's just like, oh, here's easy mode. You know, it's not just, oh, you died too many times in this Mario Land level, so you
sure,
get,
here's
whatever the fuck.
Bling, bling.
Yeah, and
that's
it's like now you are
ding dong.
essentially invincible and whatever. It's not. There's still a game. There's still a challenge that you have to get through. It just Funky Kong kind of has all. It's like a best of character.
Okay.
As you have Cranky's type attack and Dixie and Diddy and Donkey. It's like it's all their strengths, none of their weaknesses. So if you want to play that the way that the game that way, go for it. That's totally cool.
I really love the analysis that you made of this. I like the comparison of each of the level breakdowns because I had not thought about it in that sense until you brought it up. But because of the power of the system and the art direction, which is superb and we barely talked about.
It is. And honestly, like there's cons that I have replaying this game. An issue I had the first time around was the boss battles, while fun and very unique, go on way too long. There's not too many of them. Like I think there's like 8 total, but like some of them have like 3 or 4 stages. And it's just like if you die, which you're going to because they're hard, you have to do it over and over. And like it hits a point where I'm like, I've spent about 20 minutes doing this one boss fight, and I don't like that. You know, like,
me too.
And it doesn't feel like Cuphead, where it's getting and you're ready to go and you can beat it within 2 minutes. These boss fights can last up to 5 minutes, and so I don't love that aspect of it. And the other thing that I was a little down by is the art style overall. I don't love. I remember loving it a lot more. The decisions that they make, and like I was saying earlier, like the unique animations that they have and how much thought's put into the design is great. But it kind of has I've been playing exclusively in handheld mode, so I think that's playing at either 720p or even sub 720. Like I think it might be like 640.
Yeah,
or
I thought
something like
handheld
that.
was 720 normally. Isn't that standard?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I actually think the Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is
Might be
less.
less.
It's
Okay.
less than. And it's noticeable to me
Ah,
in a way that on handheld things like that usually aren't. Where I'm like, when I'm looking at my TV, I want it to be fucking great. On handheld, I'm like, it's fine with how big that screen is. But a lot of the assets, I'm like, these look kind of rough. It reminds me of like how Wii games looked compared to early PS3 and 360 games.
interesting.
Where like it's obvious that it's not where we're at now, especially when we see 2D platformers on like Rayman Origins, for example. It's beautiful art style, and I feel like that holds up better than this does.
That's quite surprising, especially since so much of it in the original seems stylized exactly to cover for that kind of thing. So I'm very surprised and intrigued by that.
And I might be alone in it. I haven't seen anyone else say that, but there have been multiple levels I'm going through where I'm like, ooh, that grass looks rough. Like I wish it looked better. And even though the art style is very cartoony, it still doesn't like pop in the way that it's not like something like Wind Waker where it's like, yeah, no, that does look timeless. That does look good, especially the HD version.
I still want to go back and play through it now after you were describing each level as an individual thing, and I'm remembering that about it now and thinking about again Mario 3, a game that thematically was by worlds, but even each individual level in the game, if you think about like one desert level is just the sun trying to kill you, another one's going to be entirely quicksand based, another one is water in the sky,
pyramid,
another one is a pyramid. Everything's a different bite-sized challenge, and I like games that do that. I think Super Meat Boy won me over on that, and I want to go back and revisit this.
And with the replayability of it, I love the way that the game's designed. This goes back to even Donkey Kong Country 2, where there's a lot of collectibles in it, and there's the spelling out the Kong, so the Kong letters, and then there's puzzle pieces that are hidden, and then there's just like coins and stuff you can buy stuff with that are more generic. But playing through the levels, I've been making an effort to not replay levels, but to explore thoroughly every time I'm playing, to try to get everything my first time through. But I'm like, I'm not going to go back. But I hope that one day when I'm on random flights, I'll be like, I'm going to pop in and get the things that I missed. And just the way that, again, going back to the level design, every hidden thing is put in a very specific place. And it's not just like, oh, fuck, we need more puzzle pieces. Where should we put them? It's like there's whole sections of these levels designed that you would never get to unless you're really thinking outside the box, knowing that there's things to hunt down.
Rad.
And unlike Mario 3, where the levels are over in 20 seconds, like these levels are pretty lengthy, but none of them, besides the boss fights, feel too long. It always feels like I'm spending the right amount of time with the gimmick, for lack of a better word, that we're in at that point. And the music is so good. David Wise, one of the greatest video game music composers of all time, and there's a lot of, it's kind of, Tropical Freeze is essentially a best of Donkey Kong Country music-wise, updated for 2013. But man, now it sounds so good and it's so great. And it helps the whole thing feel as tight as it does overall. And I highly recommend everyone play it. And I haven't steered anyone wrong. Everybody that's like sat down and played through the thing, they're like, I fucking love this.
Okay.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I have no interest in it.
Yeah.
And even when you talk about it, I just feel like it's a. I don't know what about I just never connected with Donkey Kong at all on SNES. You know what I mean? And any of those, there's so much nostalgia for those games.
There isn't. And it reminds me of Sonic, but it's totally different than Sonic.
Yeah.
Because with Sonic, there's nostalgia, and like, yes, there's elements of the original Sonic games that are really good, but like, some people would argue that Sonic 3 is a like legitimately great game. Even I can't go that far.
Yeah.
Like when I'm comparing it to all these other things, Donkey Kong Country 2 is legitimately a great game.
And
as is Tropical
I
Freeze.
still owe you a replay on Donkey Kong
And
Country
it's so
too.
good. Donkey Kong Country, people have nostalgia for, but it's a flawed game. It has a lot of really great ideas. Donkey Kong Country 3, let's not even talk about it. But and it's not that it's that worse. It's just after
Not
2,
worth in this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Donkey Kong Country 1, what you're talking about, I totally understand. Because like the hit detection was off.
Yeah.
The challenge was unnecessary. The folk you're playing as Donkey Kong the whole time, which is the least fun character to play as. To fix that with Diddy and Dixie.
The fact that I'm forced to play anything as Diddy Kong makes me angry.
Diddy's great.
I hate Diddy Kong. I hate his existence. Like
He's an affront to humanity.
He is a poop stain on the underwear of the universe.
He doesn't even wear
really,
pants.
it's just.
I'll give it a shot. I'm downloading it right now.
I don't think you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's just like even when you're talking about like, as soon as you start talking about like 5-minute boss battles where you have to go to the beginning, I'm like, fuck that. Nope. That's the kind of video gaming I don't miss.
Yeah,
But I'm glad it doesn't
again,
exist anymore.
There's not too many
Okay.
of those levels.
I'll give it a shot.
It's one per world.
Yeah.
And like they're few and far between. There's a lot of levels to get there. But and in terms of the minecarts and stuff, I personally love that shit.
Yeah, I know.
Minecarts I love, and I think they're great because that is a trial and error type gameplay that I love, and they're short enough that it's never like that horrible.
Angie loves
but you're
them too.
stressed playing them.
Yeah.
The little rocket levels where it's essentially Flappy Bird, I'm a little bit more on your side, but even that, I like that feeling of just like, oh my God, I just need to get 15 seconds farther, you know, and just keep going. And the game's so liberal with lives that
that is a nice bit. That it's those frustration roadblocks. Most of my problem with those moments in Donkey Kong Country or in Tropical Freeze, where they are reduced, as you point out, there's a lot less of that. Every time I hit one of those lot less of that moments, I'm like, why is this here? Why is this keeping me from another great stage I want to play? And that's really the only part of it that makes me grumpy.
Yeah.
But I don't want to tell people not to go play this game because you have to get past some stuff. It's obviously a wonderful video game. But I do find myself going, I kind of feel like this is here because they thought people expected it. And this would just be a better game purely by omission. Just cut the rocket stuff out and keep the minecarts fine.
Okay,
but cut the rocket stuff out, and that's a way better game.
Jared, what have you been playing?
You know, I've been in a weird spot lately. We're going to talk new or old.
So the two segments I got for you here, we got Wild Park Manager and your Vita Island Rock Block.
Yeah, that's right. So let's talk about that Wild Park Manager first.
Okay.
All right. So I am not a cell phone game expert by a long shot, but I do spend a lot of time commuting, and I really enjoy playing mobile games, especially pay one price and get the whole thing mobile games. That's my jam.
Oh, yeah.
Right there. Not so big on the gems and the crystals and the rest of all that. I've talked in here about a game that my friend Chloe Rad introduced me to, Desert Golfing, which remains an obsession. You guys still playing that?
No, I never started.
No?
I play literally 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm so addicted. I told everybody that I was done.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Are you not?
I'm not. And it's an addiction. It's
Yeah.
stupid because there's no point to it. Like, there's no timers. There's no like rewards or flashy things happening. It's just, you just have an obstacle. Do it. Oh, you cleared it. Here's another obstacle.
Here's your reward. Blink.
More. Just more. And I'm like, it's weird, Craig. You watched me play for like 4 hours on the plane.
You played it for 4 hours
I
on the
played
plane?
it for so long.
What hole are
straight.
you on now?
Oh, I don't know. Probably 200 or something. It's not that. There's been best friends out there tweeting me their pictures. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're an insane
But
person.
here's the thing: is I feel like you are an insane person as well, and it's gonna sneak up on you. It was when Jared on the show talked about what is 1,000 or 10,000 or whatever, how many levels?
To get
Somewhere
to the end, it
between
was like 23K.
13 and 21, depending on the.
And you're like, you're crazy, right? And then I see you just at 200. I'm like, it's just gonna slowly tick by on you.
Yeah.
Now that you're not
I
playing
just need to delete
Peggle
it.
Blast
I
or
just
whatever.
need to delete it. Oh, I love it.
It's a great game. It's like $2, and it is fun. I you look at it, what you said about it doesn't reward it. It's one score, and I think that's what makes it compelling. It's an easily understandable mechanic that it builds on. It does a lot of smart design. It does get harder as you go. It does introduce new elements and challenges as you go. They aren't flashy or overt, but those maps get harder. You have to learn new skills, new bounces, new angles, new rolls. How you learn how to stick a ball. Yeah, that all becomes really important later on. And you just keep going, and you got that one score up top that you can never, ever, 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 ever reset. And just weird, like, if I'm going to,
it's a weird game. It's a weirdly designed game that's unlike anything I've ever seen before.
Okay,
but this Wild Park Manager, what's special?
A little more like something you might have seen before. Wild Park Manager is a delightful new game from Kairosoft. You guys ever played any Kairosoft games?
I think I'm looking it up on as we look here right now.
Kairosoft. Kairosoft. They make their most famous game is probably Game Dev
Story, which I played and loved.
Okay,
loved Game Dev Story.
Okay, so they make a lot of games of that ilk they're kind of like turn-based. What was that?
Kevin, every once in a while, Kevin will like make eye contact with me when he needs to tell me something.
Yeah.
He just did that. And I looked at him and he like waited a second and he just flicked me off and then just
okay, is that what that was?
Sorry about that,
That's
Jared.
all right.
Fucking nailed him. Ring it up. That's one for Big Cap Dog.
I'm a P-roll.
Think of it really simply as a turn-based Stardew Valley.
Okay.
For your phone.
See, that's what I'm watching right here, and like, cause I was like, okay, it's gonna be. Kevin, can you bring up Wild Park Manager? Throw something up there for it. I was expecting it, to be more like Game Dev Story in terms of how it's working, but it looks way more involved.
It is. It's not any more difficult.
Okay.
It's just different. You're still you're laying out a land area. You're building a park. You have a small budget. It does have a very nice little tutorial that takes you through anything that might be challenging or complex for you. It teaches you the fundamentals of the game, but it's ultimately about resource management and creativity. You're trying to build something beautiful and fun and sweet on a limited budget, and you're trying to do it both. You can do it as efficiently as you feel like. If you're out to just build your little dream park, build your little dream park. If you're out to maximize the game and get the most guests and build the most efficient park possible, play it that way. It's got that SimCity aspect to it, where you can do whatever you want. But it's mostly down to making these really cute little characters happy by making a park full of fluffy animals that come to visit. You make the park a place that animals feel welcome and people feel welcome, and more animals and people show up. Create better habitats, different kinds of habitats, new kinds of animals show up. New kinds of animals show up, people that like that kind of animal show up. Rinse, repeat, grow, expand your options. And then, like all Kairosoft games, there is ridiculous depth hidden under the surface. So if you want to become Captain Efficiency, you can do it. I love their games. Game Dev Story is fantastic. The little one they make about running a Japanese arcade. I love that. Dungeon. Now I've forgotten the name. Dungeon Town. No, it's not Dungeon Town. Oh, crud. What's the Kairosoft dungeon game?
Keep talking about it and I'll figure it
out. They have one that I absolutely love where you're the mayor of a little town that's just outside the typical RPG dungeon.
Dungeon Village.
Dungeon Village, thank you. I play a lot of Dungeon Village, and I couldn't remember the name of it for a second. That one's great. You build the town outside every video game's dungeon. You're the mayor of the little town
where you have to have the item shop and also the inn.
And all the people visiting your town are PCs from role-playing games. So they go into the dungeon, they come out, and what you have to do is make a town that keeps scaling up so they won't move on to the next town where they can get better goods. So you're trying to hold them there and keep their business. And there's a dungeon off and monsters wander out of the dungeon every now and then. And you're like, no, this is town. You can't be here. It's so great. I love it. But this Wild Park is really a lot of fun. It also reminds me, Jared Goes Japan. It reminds me a little of Ueno Park, which is one of my favorite places in Japan. Which is this beautiful collection of museums and a zoo and gorgeous trees right next to Akihabara in Tokyo. If you've never been to the Tokyo National Museum in Ueno Park, next time you go to Japan, absolutely go there. But this is, it's pretty spectacular. It's $5. You get the whole game, jump in. It's a great, very, very replayable. time waster because every time you build a park, you discover techniques that will make you better at building your next park if you use them from the beginning, which means you go back and you start over and but then you learn stuff again. So you just keep doing
cycle, man. They got you hooked.
Stardew Valley type
What
stuff.
was the Japanese, you're talking about the one they made where you're doing you're running an arcade?
I didn't say the name of it because I forget the name
Okay.
of it. I have all these on my phone and now I'm forgetting the name.
Pocket Arcade Story?
Pocket Arcade Story, yep.
Got
And
it.
that's one where you're
That one
actually
speaks to me.
running a Japanese arcade.
Because I was super obsessed with Game Dev Story for a while, where it was like, and that was making the runs at IGN, but it was when I was writing BART, so that's how long ago it was, where I just played it the entire ride.
It's still available. It's still great. It's the most simple maybe of all of them, but there's a certain appeal to that. Like Game Dev Story, you can certainly, once you learn to game the system and get the best workers to sneak in, you know, once you got the dude in the suit or the bear suit walking in and all that weird stuff, you can do some great stuff, but it's that plus a SimCity element. Okay. And I still recommend Game Dev Story to people. But yeah, this is their newest game. It just came out, and I love it.
Awesome.
Tim, do you have any? Is this your thing at all?
I do not like sim games like that. Game Dev Story looked interesting because the subject matter, but I remember watching some YouTube videos of it. And I'm just like, I can't wrap my head around that type of stuff. Like the closest thing to that I like is Fire Emblem, and like that's totally a different genre. But the strategy, tactical, like take your time and like read up on people and match them up in squad. Read all the extra messages,
hidden spreadsheets.
Hidden spreadsheets, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like that's as close to that as I want to get. Otherwise,
there's a lot of that in this. Frankly, you're not going to have a lot of real time concerns, and I know that's going to turn some people off. Kirasoft makes both kinds of games. They make the incremental payment type games, and they make flat payment games. I really like to encourage people to go for flat payment model games, so people will keep making them. It's not going to be for everyone, but if you think you might be interested, it's $5. Give it a shot.
Cool.
And that's my take on that.
And your next thing, we got the Vita Island Rock Block. Why you're back on the island? Why?
I'm back. Well, I never left the island.
Okay.
Got to be clear. I never left the island.
You don't leave Vita Island.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Vita Island leaves you. Just what it's felt like lately. But that being said, so I work on this little show, Hop, Blip, and a Jump. You might have heard of it.
Yeah, I heard of it
And
once or
that requires a lot of
Thank you,
video
Kevin.
capture. I capture a lot of footage from games, which meant growing out and grabbing one of them newfangled PSTVs.
They're so newfangled.
They are.
They are the hotness.
They're hot flying off
That
the shelves.
PlayStation TV. That
They
PlayStation
sold
Vita
a lot
TV,
of those.
yeah.
They sure did. But what the PlayStation TV is, if you didn't grab one, like most everyone, is it's a little Vita that you plug into your television that uses a DualShock. That's really all it is. It has the Vita memory card slot. Is the Vita? I mean, it is a tiny TV Vita.
Just in a Vita.
Yeah. And it allows you to play PSN and Vita games just plugged right into your TV. It's great for capture. It's fantastic for
That's
me.
how. Yeah. Whenever we wanted to stream Vita games or capture Vita games, that's what you had to use.
So that's what I use. And because I've been working on videos lately with that, it has incentivized me to, yes, I'm capturing some footage. And oh my gosh, I just played 4 hours of Sheeran. And that's been the effect. It's reintroduced me to some spectacular video games. For example, Spelunky, which I never completely stopped playing, but which I actively try to keep out of my life because it's too good.
Yeah.
And I'll just never play anything else. You guys Spelunky players?
I've tinkered. It just never clicked for me like it did for Goldfarb, who was obsessed.
I never gave it a shot. I have a feeling I would get addicted to it, and that maybe I should do that instead of Desert Golf.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And the Vita version is spectacular. Like it is a game that is made as a handheld. That game is made to play on Vita, but it's also great on the TV playing it there. The Xbox version is great. That's where I actually originally, I think for me that was a PC game. And the cool book, by the way, by Derek Yu, the developer of that game, about that whole process. One of the best boss fight books in my opinion. Yeah, really get a chance to read that. Greg, it just didn't grab you, or?
Yeah, just didn't grab me. It's similar when we talk about these kind of games, right? Where Rogue Legacy checked all the boxes for me. Just like, I felt like even when I died, I was progressing and making it, you know what I mean? I was doing something to make my next play session that much better.
Yeah.
And Spelunky didn't give me that same vibe.
Yeah.
And so it never worked for me.
That's interesting because Spelunky does kind of actively make you better as you go.
I know. I get it. It's just for some reason, something about it didn't click the
for
way
that,
Rogue did. So I just stuck with Rogue.
I love both games.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both spectacular in their own right. Spelunky's so darn precision. Like Spelunky has a lot of that Mario DNA, a lot of that Super Meat Boy DNA, where the difference between a pixel often defines success or failure. And I really love that about it. But I've been rediscovering my love of that. And then Sheeran and Sheeran games, which I actively sometimes feel like I have to avoid, or I will simply never play anything else. And here I am. Sheeran the Wanderer is a series of games that was introduced to the United States on the Nintendo DS. And since that time, there's also been a release on Wii and then the release on Vita. I was introduced to the Vita Sheeran a couple of years ago at E3, and it is probably the best of the lot. Not necessarily my favorite, but probably the best, especially for new players. It's a little easier than the other Sheeran games, gives you more options. Do you know anything about Sheeran the Wanderer, either of you?
Ginger.
You were talking to me about it beforehand.
Huh?
The ginger guy?
No. Sheeran, no, he's not a ginger guy. No, he's Sheeran's this cute little dude that has a cute little pet animal. And Sheeran is a roguelike, but not in the Rogue Legacy or Spelunky way. Sheeran is an honest-to-God, old-school, top-down roguelike. Instead of having weird, obscure graphics and commands that don't make sense, though, it has gorgeous, beautiful, cartoony pixel art graphics that just burst with color and personality. Some of the most delightful and interesting monsters that I've encountered in video games, all of which have unique powers that become crazy relevant. A very simple surface presentation, and then again, that marvelous depth of systems underneath where you think you understand that you're getting better at this game, but every time you play, you're discovering something new, unlocking new mechanics, discovering new secrets, discovering that levels that you thought you completely understood, you don't understand. You're like, wait, this is always what? That's there. What?
That's been underneath the surface the entire time.
Yes, and you're just like, and that happens constantly. It is a roguelike. Even in the Vita version, which is what I was playing recently, it's still hard. When you die in a roguelike, you lose all your stuff. In Sheeran, there are two ways that they are more forgiving in that. First, you may lose all your stuff and all your levels, but the people in the world that you talk with or the things that you do in the world sometimes last, and those move to your benefit. So if you help somebody, next time you play through the game after you died, maybe that person helps you. Or something changes a little, because even though the levels are randomly generated, there's certain constants between them based on your actions. And so
that's interesting.
You're influencing. Yeah, it'd be like if you're playing Spelunky, but like you help some dude out, and then 5 times later when you play it, that guy's there, and he's like, "No, I remember you. I gotta help you."
Yeah.
And
that's cool.
Yeah, there's that. Second, there are effectively banks where you can drop off. You go for a while, and you can drop off your stuff. And you're like, you can't drop all your stuff off. You can be like, man, I got this sword, and I got it powered up, and I'm making a run to the end of the game. And you're like, you got this great sword, and you're like, warehouse is here. I've gone like 8 levels. Okay, I've reached a warehouse. Do I leave my awesome sword behind, knowing that it'll be safe and it'll be here for me next time I come, and I can forge it up at the blacksmiths in this town and get a little better because there's a blacksmith here, and I can, or do I go ahead and try to make it to the next checkpoint? Knowing that if I die on my way to the checkpoint, I lose it forever. But if I get to that next checkpoint with it, maybe there's something better there.
Yeah.
And
reward,
you're
man.
constantly, every step feels like that. This is a game where you may walk thousands of steps on any life, and every one of them feels like you're doing a tiny version of that. It is rad.
Okay.
Nothing else like
what was it called again?
Sheeran the Wanderer. That's a series. Yeah, Shiren.
That was my ginger
Sheeran the Wanderer. And the DS version is still my favorite, I think. There's even like old original Game Boy had a version in Japan that I've played. It's a lot of fun. But the Vita one is a great intro to the series. Mechanically complex, absolutely brilliant, and a little more forgiving.
I'm surprised I missed it.
Yeah, it's Xseed put it out here.
Okay.
Yeah, take a look at it.
Before we move on to the ad read, was there any other Vita games you were playing?
Those two, and then I spent some time fooling around with some old minis.
Hell yeah, minis!
Yeah, I was fooling around. So I ended up playing SNK's port of POW, the arcade brawler, which is, I remember for 2 reasons. One, it's one of the hardest arcade brawlers I've ever played, like Double Dragon style. Just play this in the arcade. And I guess SNK just figured, they took this weird perspective where like, if a dude stabs you with a knife, you'll die. They're like, wait, if I were a real man and a guy walked up to me with a knife, I'd probably lose all my life and die. or if I got shot by a gun, I would just die. And this guy punched me, and he punched me like 4 times really hard. I'd probably die. And it's so imagine Double Dragon, where instead of being like, it's just like a dude's like, and half your life's gone.
Yeah.
That's POW.
Sounds like fun.
And yet, when you're the nice bit is it's kind of the other way around. You can do that to them too. So you pick up the machine gun, which has bullets, which is like there's limited ammo and stuff like that. And you line 3 dudes up and just, and they're all just dead. And so it's this weird. And the second is the music, which is this. It gets in your head. It's so good. So yeah, I played some of that.
And then the other game was.
Let's see what this. What I had.
You said there was minis. There was 2
that was
minis?
one of the minis. No, those are the only ones I was playing this week.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So now for the topic of the show, ladies and gentlemen. The last couple months, I guess 2 months ago, we did a topic that was crazy E3 predictions. That we got from Reset Era, and then we didn't get through all of them. So
Right.
we're gonna do it again. So a couple weeks later, we did it again.
Guess what?
We didn't get through them then. And I asked you, do you want more of these? And a resounding amount of people in the comments and on Twitter were telling me, we want more. This is fun.
Y'all
conversation.
crazy.
They want the hype.
There's hype. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. And I was like, is 3 times too much for this?
No.
No, of course not.
Okay.
Now my big question is, I've seen a growing movement on the subreddit, the YouTube comments. Are we doing our E3 predictions? Period. Because right now we're going through crazy predictions, but we all, there's a time-honored tradition of going through, making your predictions, keeping
Bets
track,
and stuff.
points stuff, M-Dog, all that jazz. We're doing that this year.
100%.
All right.
All right, cool.
It's
that
on
happen?
the calendar. There is a date for it. It is the
It'll be the Gamescast
It's the-
that posts publicly for everyone the Monday before the week of
the
E3.
week of E3.
Okay.
So it's like before the conferences and all that. It'll be available.
So I got to get prep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
You need to come up with, for every one of the you need to come up with, what is it? We do 3 with then 2 reserves in case you double up, or is it 5 total? 5 with 2 reserves. That goes Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox. Then you do a third-party category as well.
Ooh, wow.
It's gonna be fun.
Beautiful.
It's gonna be fun. But before we do that, we're gonna keep going down this Reset Era list of a bunch of different crazy ass E3 predictions.
Monday the
All right.
4th will be when it posts your Gamescast
June 4th.
E3 prediction. Yeah.
Monday, June 4th. Let's start here. Egaman says Phil Spencer shows up in the Nintendo digital event. Another version of this says Argo. We get a Smash character reveal at the Microsoft conference.
How about
How awesome would it be?
Phil Spencer is the Smash
character.
character revealed
That'd
at
be
the
fucking
Microsoft
awesome.
conference?
I feel like there is more of a chance of Phil Spencer showing up in the Nintendo thing than them doing a Smash reveal at Microsoft. Although Microsoft might be like, hey, we're trying to be ballers here and we want to get some goodwill from the people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm
Because if
sorry,
they
I
announce
just-
Banjo, that'd be a good
All I
place.
can see is Phil Spencer fighting Mario. I just want to do this so bad
well,
now.
in Smash Wii U, they could do that with the Mii's.
They could do that with the Mii's.
Do you remember that trailer?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Reggie and Anuma. They did
That's
that.
right.
Not
They did
Anuma.
do that. I know that.
Fucking
What? Iwata?
yes. Thank you. Oh my god, I just had the most massive brain fart.
Don't worry, it happens.
But that was an awesome trailer.
Do you think though there's any chance for Smash there being some kind of Iwata nod?
I think that the closest we'll get is just the Mii's.
Okay.
That you can make. I feel like there has been an ongoing like demand for people like Reggie to be or Miyamoto to be characters in the game.
Yeah.
But like I just don't see them ever actually going through with that.
Yeah, it would be very at odds with their company philosophy of everybody's a part of this.
Sure.
I mean, think about the Mario Odyssey credits. I mean, yes, they have faces in Reggie and they had faces in Iwata, but the credits list in alphabetical order the people who worked on the game.
Yeah.
Miyamoto was just in the middle of the list.
Yeah.
Along with the people who did the art. And I don't see them drawing that much individual attention to somebody inside their company.
What do you guys think though? Likelihood of a Phil Spencer appearance,
Either way.
or Phil Spencer in Nintendo, or Nintendo at
I think.
Microsoft,
I mean,
which if it was, I feel Phil Spencer would be involved with.
Spencer Watch 2018.
it's not completely crazy. I could see it either way. I think the more likely way to do it would be Minecraft. where it would be them talking about crossplay there and having them come over. And I get that there would be a Nintendo representative showing up over at Xbox. Yes.
Didn't they just announce that today?
Yeah. They announced, they finally put dates on it. We know it's been coming or stuff.
Yeah,
Now they're finally talking about it. We got a
for
giant press release right before that. It's getting a physical release and all that jazz.
I want to be a creeper in Smash Brothers now.
And see, that's the thing is like, what if even if it was, Phil Spencer came out to talk about them bringing a Minecraft level, you know what I mean? A Minecraft stage to fight in. That could happen. That could be realistic.
Yeah.
But and I think especially after Ubisoft, right? Where it was Miyamoto coming out and Eve's being there, like, this is fucking awesome.
Anything could happen.
And like you're saying,
generation.
Xbox is hungry. Switch is killing it. I do feel there's some way, especially they're working closer than ever together. There's a way for something to happen there. I just don't know what that looks like. But yeah, it'd be fucking amazing if at either one of them. But I think honestly it'd be way better at Microsoft because of the live audience.
Oh yeah. That'd be a moment. We talk a lot about Smash and a lot of questions about Smash because there's a lot of hype around it and a lot of like crazy things could happen since it's a crossover.
Smash it up.
Something we talk about a lot is the fact that the previous precedent for third-party characters has been they're all Japanese character they come from Japanese games. And knowing Sakurai and his history, it is unlikely that he'll cross over into the Western side of things. But I mean, hey, there used to not be third parties, and now there is.
I've never bought as much into that. Like Sakurai made that happen, and I feel like Sakurai just likes video games. If Sakurai falls in love with something, there's a possibility it makes a crossover. And anything I think is going to be artistically integral, lots of fun, and is going to make them money, if it checks those 3 boxes, I don't think they're going to care if it's Japanese or not.
Luckily, I think a lot of cool ideas will do those 3 things. Kill a Cam. Shout out to that name. It's a fun name. Deep Down will be there.
Deep Down. When's the last time we heard
earlier this
Deep
week?
Down?
Capcom.
Yeah.
There's a thing about them saying there's going to be
two major games.
releases,
Yeah.
I don't think Deep Down will be one of them.
I definitely don't think Deep Down is
will
one of
be
the big
there.
ones they're talking about.
It's there right next to Phantom Dust.
I feel like the last time we saw that, it was TGS 2014.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wow. I mean, it would be time if it were ever going to happen, wouldn't it? Be rad.
I don't think it's
I
going
don't
to,
think so
though.
either. I mean, it's a fun theory. I like it. If it happens, I'll be pleased. I don't think it's... I think this is one of those like 5% likely things, but I want it to happen. Sounds great.
This is Wikipedia. In early 2015, Kazunori Shugiura stated in an interview with 4Gamer, the division for the game had expanded since its initial 2013 reveal to better appeal in the long term to players, and so the development timescale had been extended.
Oh,
there you go.
then it makes
3
sense.
years later.
Well, that'd be about right. I mean, that's really the minimum you can do and make something at that scale. You need the 3 years to pull it off.
V Denter says Retro Studios is working on a sequel to Eternal Darkness.
I would die. I would fall over dead on the ground from happiness, and then I would rise from the dead when the game hits shelves to play it. I can't think of anything in the world that would make me happier than a Retro Studios Eternal Darkness. I think that the game has a lot of hardcore love that probably means it doesn't have the scope for Retro. Like they're going to want Retro to work on something that's going to sell more copies than Eternal Darkness.
My thing is, I feel like what Eternal Darkness is and isn't relevant.
That's what I mean.
But doesn't matter to this conversation. I feel like a retro made Eternal Darkness, if they just marketed it as it's a horror game, it's a first party horror game, I feel like it could take off in a way that the other one didn't in the mainstream.
I mean, I'm in. I'm in like Flynn. It's trying to sell a AAA horror game much easier this year for a company than last year internally. You know, you had to make the argument before Resident Evil, before the other things that have happened.
Evil Within 2.
Yeah, exactly. But now you can make that argument internally. No, people buy these.
Yeah. I don't think that it's likely. I do think that there's a possibility. I still believe that Retro's working on 2 games.
Okay. Do we learn about them both at E3 this year?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not. Like just knowing Nintendo, they like to... I'm going to be surprised if we see anything that is not a 2018 Switch game at the Nintendo Direct at E3. And they've, based on what they've said about the event, I've been wrong before because they were very clear about it's only going to be 2018 and Metroid Prime was announced last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to be very surprised if we see Metroid Prime 4 at E3. And from there, with retro, I think that there'd be one game that would be coming.
When you say very surprised, you mean see it in a playable fashion or see a trailer or anything?
Anything.
Oh, I bet you get a teaser trailer.
Yeah?
I bet you get a teaser trailer in that direct, yeah. That there's like something happening and Samus running around shooting stuff.
Yeah, I think you almost have to have a trailer this year.
Yeah. I don't know. It really depends to me on how they are looking at their fall and how they're looking at the rest of the year, because what we've seen of them so far with the directs of when the games are announced versus coming out, like, I don't know. And it is E3 though, so E3 is different, but they have a lot of focus on with Smash and with a lot of the other big titles, and if there is Pokemon.
But you always want to you always want to give people another goalpost.
Totally.
Smash is here. You think Pokemon's going to happen, or Pokemon or Animal Crossing, right?
I think it'll be Pokemon or Animal Crossing.
Yeah. I think you still want to have them looking forward to something at 2019, which is why I wouldn't be surprised if they showed the teaser trailer for Metroid Prime and then it ended with the 2019 splash.
Yeah, I think they want to show us a pipeline too. Unless I'm very wrong, they didn't just want to launch Switch with huge games. They want to reinforce that idea that no, we're sticking around, because that's been just as much of a criticism about Nintendo as anything. Is that after that first rush, there's nothing. I don't think that that's their plan anymore, and I think they're going to want to be like, no, guys, get ready.
I feel like they're not going to announce Metroid Prime 4, like have a trailer for it with a release date or anything, until they have Metroid Prime Trilogy ready to go. And I think that'll be it. But until, like, I can see them talking about it for 2019, but they're like, but that means that this year, Metroid Prime Trilogy.
I'm sorry to be a noob on this and be confused. Did they announce that already? The trilogy's happening on Switch?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. But I feel like
You feel it in your balls.
I feel it in my balls, and I feel like it has to happen before 4.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Okay, I wondered about that. I thought they might worry about brand confusion after announcing
that would
4.
be my thing too. I would think that you don't want to do it now. That if you could have done it beforehand, great. But now I think you're getting too close to Prime 4 that you don't want to get out there and be like, hey, you know that you just played 3 of those games. Play another one of them.
I feel like I'm split on it because I still wonder what this game's going to be. They showed it as Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah,
but
you think that might fade away?
That, or could it be something else? And if it is that, I think that it'd be smart to put the trilogy out because there will be characters, and Prime would be based off of things that are from the trilogy.
What you're saying makes sense to me, but I think about what they did in the Wii generation with Metroid Prime 3, and then they go back and release trilogy afterward. They might just look at this and go, you know, we can sell 4, and then we can sell 1 through 3 with 4 attached if we want, or we can. I don't know.
That's a solid point. VJoes55 says
VJoes!
Konami apologizes for Metal Gear Survive and announces
off.
Metal Gear Snake back with David Hayter, Big Boss, and Liquid Snake multiple character storyline, past and future. Every villain or character will be featured from Metal Gear and Metal Gear Solid 1 to 4. Think of Batman Arkham Universe.
That is not going to happen.
No, that is not going to happen.
Apologize. Get out of here.
JC Handem says Fire Emblem Switch gets a release date and is not a strategy RPG.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
It's going to get a release date. It will be a strategy RPG.
Yeah, I think about what they tried to do with, what was it, #FE
It wasn't
Shin
Fate.
Megami Space
Oh,
Atlas
yeah.
to the Fire
Sharp
Emblem.
Sharp Fae or whatever.
Yeah, I don't even know anymore. And that was actually
Tokyo
kind
Mirage
of a neat
Sessions.
game.
Where is that?
Huh?
Sorry. Where's Tokyo Mirage Sessions on Switch? Come on. A criminally underplayed Wii game that Wii U game that I was supposed to love, but they just never put it out on Switch.
It's going to happen eventually.
They fucking better. I'm sorry, Jay. I didn't mean to interrupt.
You didn't interrupt at all. I think that it's more likely we'd get a Fire Emblem spinoff with that kind of identifier.
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah, or just Mirage Sessions.
I mean, we're definitely. I'm going to be absolutely shocked if Fire Emblem Switch isn't prominently discussed at the E3 showcase. Like that game was announced for 2018.
Yeah.
We don't have anything. Just right now, it's just Fire Emblem Switch. So I feel like that's going to be their December game.
Do you think December that late?
I do. I think that the rest of their year is going to get filled up too quickly.
They could push it to 2019.
No, I don't think they will.
They might though.
They might.
Fire Emblem fans would wait. They'd be all right with that.
But that would be the first time Nintendo delays one of their first party games on Switch.
What's going to happen? I mean, they're going to delay again.
I don't want it to happen. The Space Between says, I honestly truly believe that Half-Life 3 is not dead and will release in the next 5 years. Maybe, but not at E3 this year.
In my heart, I believe we'll get a Half-Life 3 someday. I still think that's going to happen.
How far? How long? How long do you have to wait? How long do you tell your heart that?
Till I
admits
give up on
dead.
it?
It's over.
I think
Move on, Hart.
To be honest with you, I think I'd have to wait another decade before I gave up.
Wow. Okay.
Adder has a whole bunch of things here. Some of them super crazy. Some of them a little bit
Less crazy.
Okay.
Adder like the vicious like poisonous snake, or Adder like the person who
Kevin says,
calculates
yeah.
quickly.
It looks like the calculator guy.
Okay.
Yeah. Nintendo announces at E3 exclusively for 3DS, Advance Wars, 2D Zelda, Wario Land, F-Zero, and others. Now here's the thing. He's being an asshole.
Yeah, he is. Because if Advance Wars does that, I'll fucking climb through the screen and kill
But
Reggie.
I do think that there's a chance for a Zelda on being announced for 3DS.
You've been saying that for a while, right? What, Link's
Awakening remake, which totally pulling out of my ass. I think it's one of the things I've told myself so long that I'm like, it has to be happening.
Sure.
What, just bring Link's Awakening back? Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I wonder if they wouldn't, even if they developed it for 3DS at this point, I wonder if they do it, that it'll be on Switch 9 months later. Because there's no reason. That game is not particularly long, and I don't think it would be a tremendous investment to reskin it compared to some of the other stuff that you'd have to convert from 3DS to Switch. It's not trivial to do that, but it'd be less of an investment than some other games, I imagine.
I've been thinking a lot about it. We talked about it on Games Daily, but a reason that I had against it was that Grezzo is working on Luigi's Mansion. Like that's now confirmed, and that's the team that I thought would be doing it because they did Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask on 3DS. But now I'm thinking the team that made Samus Returns, they're probably more likely to be the ones working on it if
That'd
it
be
exists,
interesting.
because they already took a Game Boy game and turned it into a 3DS game.
Okay.
It's making me think this is happening, guys.
Okay. That's when you got the string theory on the wall. Everything connecting everywhere.
I think that unlikely but welcome. Most of these are welcome. I mean,
You're not angry at any of these video games people are trying to bring?
Yoshi, Pokemon, and Fire Emblem Switch confirmed to have a 3DS version as well.
one of those three, maybe. Not all three.
Yeah. Which one do you think's most likely?
Yoshi, Pokemon, or Fire Emblem? This doesn't make any sense, but some kind of Pokemon.
I really hope that's not the case.
I don't think they'll do it. I don't
really
think
hope
they
no.
do it. I think they want to push the Switch.
Move forward. Let's move on. Let's make Pokemon a fucking console experience. Let's not hold it back.
Yeah, some sort of Pokemon-ish thing. No, I'm just being crazy here now.
A Fire Emblem Switch, though, or a Fire Emblem 3DS version of the Switch, I think that is not that crazy. I think that's the most likely. Because especially with Fire Emblem in the last couple games having I guess they only did it once, but the dual versions that are different games, I can see them kind of having a Switch version and then a smaller 3DS title.
Just to make you angry.
Yeah.
Here we
What
go.
they're actually going to do is release one of the two Pokemon on 3DS and the other on Switch. And you need them both. Just to get everything. Just because they hate
Now, here's
you.
my thing. That actually doesn't make me angry if it was a different game. Like if it was like a totally different
Oh,
version.
no, I'm talking like a Red Blue thing. Just to be mean.
okay. Then
they're not going to do that.
You know what?
They're
Fuck
not
it.
going to do that. I'm just trying to make you mad.
It's working. Look at them get on.
I
there.
don't think they're going to release Pokemon on 3DS. I would like to revoke my previous statement. They're not going to do that. No.
Nintendo to have marketing deals on the next Crash. I don't think so.
So they're saying that a new Crash is getting announced at E3, and Nintendo's going to be like,
And Nintendo's going to be the one.
we're kind of pushing it like it's like how Sony pushed the last one.
Yeah.
If he's in Smash, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got chills right there.
If he's in Smash. Yeah.
You'd fucking die right if he's in Smash, right?
If Crash is in Crash and Smash and Pokemon Red and Blue 2, some form of that, those are at this point there's a 5% chance of it happening. Hype moments. I would lose my shit.
If they were going to do it, E3 would be the time because that's when the American audience is watching. Crash really mostly matters to us, and it's the only chance they get for the intro to be him standing on some cliff top whipping out the loudspeaker, because that doesn't matter to most other markets. That's a very American moment, very American idiom. Also,
That's not
the
good.
studio has just gone dark.
The computer just turned off.
Oh, the computer turned off.
Looks like.
That's interesting.
Well, the good thing is we're still rolling.
Well, great. We're still rolling. That's
Still
exciting.
Rolling.
Rolling. What?
So I don't remember when this was, but this legitimately happened. Maybe 2 weeks ago, I had a dream. And I'm going to tell you the dream.
Oh, God. Here we go.
It was Nintendo Direct at E3. And Reggie's talking. Bill Trannon's there. They're having a good old time, right? Sakurai does some weird Sakurai thing, like a video package. They start talking about Smash. We start seeing some characters. We see the Ice Climbers. They're back. They're having a good old time. Everyone's happy. And then what happens? There's some commotion. There's some commotion, Greg. There's some fucking commotion.
There was a commotion in this video.
And Reggie goes and looks out the window. And what does he see?
Oh, my God.
He sees Crash Bandicoot with the megaphone screaming, right?
Yeah.
Screaming. But then it gets better. Then it
Master
fucking
Chief
gets better.
comes in.
No. Yoshi, Donkey Kong, Pikachu, and Mario from the original Smash Brothers commercial.
Imagine me and
come,
you.
and they all
I
start
do.
fucking fighting.
That'd be awesome.
Crash and Smash.
I would like that a lot.
I don't think I could handle that.
I want
Right.
Crash and Smash. I really think he actually makes a lot of sense. Oh my God. Makes a ton of sense.
It's a rumor that hasn't gotten aired on any of the other shows because it doesn't belong on any of the shows because it's such just a weird rumor. But as you've seen, this Rocksteady Superman business has continued to cycle. And it starts on 4chan, and I see it, and I don't put it in Games Daily. I give an offhand mention. But then everybody starts putting up articles and videos and whatnots about it, right? You know what I mean? And I still don't believe it. But like I have thought, I've given myself the chance to think about that happening because I still think it's Xbox that they come out and the Rocksteady logo goes and then we roll into it and I will be reduced to tears. I will not be able to function if that's a real thing that happens. Rocksteady Superman game? You kidding me? You know what I mean?
No, I'm with you. I'll die.
What if
Yeah.
they went with the OG theme song?
Oh, sure. Well, I mean, they have to.
And it's just Rockstar. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was rewatching the Smallville where Tom Welling is talking with Christopher Reeve. And there's that one
Rosetta.
Like,
Yeah.
And like just still to this day,
He's like that. When he translates on, he's a lot. You know, this is our last son. It's our only son, Kella, last son of Krypton.
And you just
keep
get
him
that
safe.
tiny bit
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
score in
so
the
good.
background.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's amazing.
Superman's best. This hat does not fit my head.
It's okay.
Negro Ninja says KOTOR remaster.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I would love that, and I think that'd be great, and I wish they would do that. And yet, they're coming out, and it is Anthem. BioWare is Anthem. Don't remember anything else they've done outside of the things you love to get you excited that BioWare is Anthem, and Anthem is BioWare, and it's coming in March 2019. Casey Hudson goes like this, shoots out of his hands.
Milo says Final Fantasy 14 getting announced for Switch and Xbox One with crossplay. I totally can see this happening.
Really? For Switch?
With the Switch Online stuff going, and with Microsoft wanting to do more cross-platform and
stuff.
all that. And with the success of Final Fantasy 14 and the continued support of it.
Can the Switch, and I don't mean to be insulting, run Final Fantasy 14? Okay.
Final Fantasy 14 also on PS3 and 360? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
then we should be fine.
Yeah.
Kev's having a grand old time over there. Floody says PS5 tease, but it's pretty much nothing.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think they're not ready to talk about PlayStation 5, and I don't think they want to stop the momentum of PlayStation 4 by confusing you, right? Like, it was, if you remember, when Xbox was like, Scorpio's our next thing, and we're talking about it next year, that was a weird thing and cool thing because it never happened. It doesn't really happen that way. And it was, I think, because, hey, we're behind PlayStation. We need to catch up. We need to figure out a way to do it. Right now, PlayStation doesn't want to get in the way of their locomotive thundering down the tracks and like confuse it and get this messaging. Because then guess what? All the next year is going to be is asking about PlayStation 5 questions. When they want you talking about Spider-Man and Days Gone and Last of Us Part 2 and Death Stranding. And they don't want to get in the way of that.
Yeah. Going back to Adder, because I forgot a couple of them. I missed these. Sony pulls the trigger and makes Final Fantasy VII Remake full exclusive. If the leaked Walmart stuff has anything to say about that, nope. There was an Xbox thing there.
Roll my eyes so hard to leak Walmart
I
stuff.
also do not see them doing this. I think it's too far out. And PlayStation, if the game was coming in the next year, I can see them maybe being like, fuck it. insult to injury. Let's just
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really hard one because I mean most of Xbox's audience is centered in the United States, and Square is very aware of the game's historical popularity in this territory. So they would not take
Perfect
that
background
decision
for it. I love when this happens.
Yeah, they would not take that decision lightly. That's just cutting out millions of potential customers. There would have to be a big old money hat.
Big old money hat.
Yeah, make that happen.
I think we're saying the other way. PlayStation getting exclusive rights.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, okay.
They're not going to give it to PlayStation exclusively unless they're well compensated by PlayStation for not putting it on a potential millions and millions of sales in a United States-centric platform when the United States is one of the places where this game is truly just craved and frothed for.
And then his final one that I think is really interesting. Microsoft announces Hitman Season 2 exclusive to Xbox.
That is a really interesting one.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Because of where that franchise is and all the stuff that just went down.
Yeah.
That's where the money comes in.
Yeah, because IO owns it obviously now. WB is publishing it again, right? Season 1 on disc now. So yeah, I could totally see that happening because I think that is, again, what Xbox is trying to talk about and what they need, right? Of, hey, we have cool exclusives and hey, this is a game that did really well and has a hardcore audience. We want you to come. We want you to associate that with Xbox. We want you to come here.
Hitman's fun.
Raging Bagel says,
Good name.
Crimson Skies 2 announced with a big multiplayer demo.
Okay. Yeah, I would not be shocked to see
I wouldn't
that.
be shocked either.
Yeah.
I'd give that a nice 50-50, where if it were to happen, it'd be like, oh shit, cool, they're doing it. And if it didn't, it'd be like, all right, no, not yet.
Yeah.
It'll happen eventually. I think that they tested the waters with the backwards compatibility of the original one. I don't know what data they got from that, but
Live kittens singing the Hallelujah chorus would emerge from my genitals if Crimson Skies 2 was announced.
wow, that is graphic. And now Super Hulk brings something up here that this would be another fucking freak out moment for me.
Okay.
That I just can't believe it would happen, but the stars could align.
Okay.
Tony Hawk's.
Oh, Jesus God.
No, this is real. Skate 4. What if they combined, they finally bring back Skate, but with the Tony Hawk name?
Wow.
Tony Hawk no longer with Activision.
Wow. That would be fucking insane.
Tony Hawk's Skate.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go, boys.
Yeah, that is a really good one.
Yeah.
EA could use that goodwill too. They got the pockets to get Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk's got a chip on his shoulder. They're aware everybody wants another Skate. Fuck, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
Yeah. We'll see.
E3 right around the corner.
All right. Crash14 is the username. He has about 10.
That's
Let's go a bit lightning round. Dude.
Okay.
Ooh, exciting.
A game based in the Harry Potter prequel universe. Don't remember how the
Jesus
movies are
fucking God.
called. It's like the Wizarding World. or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, Fantastic Beasts and all that. This year, no.
Red Dead Redemption 2 will be featured in Sony's press conference with gameplay.
I'd guess yes.
I'm going to say no.
Yeah, I say no too. The year of the hack and slash. DMC 5 and Metal Gear Rising 2 announced. Plus Metal Gear Rising Remaster. Devil May Cry.
Yes. Guaranteed.
Metal Gear Rising. I don't know. That seems
I think
too
no.
crazy.
Yeah, I think no. I think especially coming off Survive right now that they would be spinning that up right now or have that working somewhere else. Well, obviously not the same, area, but you know what I'm saying.
F-Zero teaser.
Oh man, that'd be great. That'd be a surprise. What if Retro were working on an F-Zero game?
I mean, that'd be crazy. I don't think. I think F-Zero will return. I do not think it'll be until later in the Switch's life. They still got hits to get out before they start getting experimental.
I don't even know if that's experimental. It's been a long time since we've had an F-Zero game.
By experimental, I really mean like they can put something out that might not sell 1 million copies.
Oh, they sold 1 million copies of Kirby.
Kirby.
They're going to sell a lot. The moment that I
don't know.
that guitar theme alone will sell 1 million copies.
I hope. I wish that we lived in that world.
We are so used to Nintendo having to dig out of the Wii U hole that I think we've kind of forgotten that they can get away with a lot just by grabbing something that we forgot we wanted and giving us a good presentation on it.
The next fighting game from NetherRealm is a Mortal Kombat versus game.
Ooh.
Most likely, Mortal Kombat versus Lord of the Rings.
Oh, get fucked.
Get fucked, you think?
Yeah, no way.
I would play that so much.
I think
No,
you're more likely just
no.
to get Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah.
The Tolkien estate is not going to allow that. That's not going to happen. But I would play that game.
Oh, sure.
They're not going to allow
See
you.
Gollum's fatalities?
Yeah, you're not going to see Frodo's spine ripped out.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
I wish, though. The Avengers game will be DOA. I don't think so.
So what does he mean? It's gonna suck when it's released? It's gonna be shitty when it's shown?
I think it just means it's not going to be shown.
That's not what
I think
DOA
that's what you're
means.
saying.
I think that's what he's trying to say, though.
Okay.
I think it's going to be there.
I think there'll be something for it.
Something
yeah,
for it,
yeah.
A new Dino Crisis. Let's fucking go.
Oh.
I fucking wish, but I don't. I just don't think
Dino
so.
Crisis is one of those titles that I feel like even if you had never heard of Dino Crisis, like if the franchise just didn't resonate at all, if it was just this lost thing, and then somebody's like, "This is a game called Dino Crisis,"
You're like,
you'd
all right,
at
I like
least
Dino
be
Crisis.
like, "Okay, I'm interested."
Sure.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Final one. Bethesda announces a Marvel franchise game.
Whoa!
Wow. I would love that. I don't see it happening, but I would love that. That would be awesome.
Yeah. They
What
can't-
franchise would you want to see?
Oh,
Figure it's an open world RPG.
I mean, if it's an open world RPG, I want them to drop a bunch of the Marvel characters in the Savage Land.
Oh, okay.
I want them all
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Like maybe a Kree scroll setting where they all get teleported down to the Savage Land. So we've got maybe I've got dinosaurs in the brain.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I love the
yeah.
idea that we have like X-Men and Avengers wandering around surrounded by dinosaurs, like in a post or pre-apocalyptic. That'd be amazing. That's what about you?
I don't know, because I'm hung up on thinking of a Fallout, or I'm hung up, thinking of a Skyrim. It was the combat, with all due respect, is never like the best part of those games. So then it's like, well, what Marvel hero does that actually work for then? You know what I mean? Of like walking.
Well,
Like
Fallout 4 got
Hawkeye.
closer.
You could do a Hawkeye game.
I mean, but Fallout 4 did. I mean, they were like, we're going to change this, and they did completely change
Yeah.
the way that game controlled. So if they wanted to step into a third-person brawly combat-based game, they could probably do it.
Yeah. Damn. That's a tough one, because I love Bethesda's storytelling style so much.
Yeah.
But who do I think their gameplay would fit with?
I feel like a best of world. Like I like the idea of it being, Bethesda's Marvel game being the way we think about it, as opposed to being an X-Men game.
Oh,
or
sure.
an
I mean,
Avengers game.
honestly, what I'm driven to think about is, and I'm just because I'm not creative, is that you are a person in the world. You are a new hero. You are whatever. You create, what your abilities are going to be, and then you go and interact with the X-Men and Fantastic Four and Spider-Man and the Avengers. They're giving you quests. They're, testing you out, which is also like the most basic, of a gameplay.
Well, I picked the Savage Land because I want to play. They can't deal with having NPCs everywhere. It's just too much in a Bethesda game. I mean, from a technical perspective, they certainly have the ability, but you don't have enough money to create that. To create that kind of modern day. This is interesting.
So remember, the computer crashed. Kevin turned it back on, and now it's just still gremlins all over there.
Yeah, the lights just
You
went
hanging
off.
in there, Kev?
Yeah, we got it up and running again.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
But the Savage Land gives you a Marvel setting with monsters everywhere that nobody really knows how to navigate, that it totally makes sense to have any and all heroes and villains appear in. That's why I went with that, because it's kind of a fun, hey, look, it's Antarctica Dinosaur Marvel Land.
Right.
That's a part of this universe.
Right. But then it's the Savage Lands.
What's wrong with the Savage Land?
It kind of sucks.
You wouldn't play Bethesda's Marvel's The Savage Land. Like, that's the name of the game.
No, I wouldn't be super stoked for it.
Most
no.
people never heard of this.
I know. That's why it's probably also not a great bet that that's what they want to do with game.
Well, I think you just use that mechanic. You don't make the game about the Savage Land. That's just where you stick it. It's about the heroes. But you stick it there so you don't have to deal with making, vast cities.
Man, Bethesda making a
NPCs.
superhero game.
It'd be great.
It would be. But you know what? I just want somebody to bring back X-Men Legends.
Oh my gosh.
Remember that shit?
Yeah, I do.
Fucking God, that was good. Let alone just Ultimate Alliance.
I want Tactics Ogre. Let us clean together with all the Marvel heroes and villains.
I would totally take that too. I would totally take
but
that too.
I like Ultimate Alliance. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 still just...
Yeah, Civil War didn't come together, did it? We did not enjoy Civil
more
War
ways
as much.
than one.
Yeah.
Civil War sucks.
Ladies and gentlemen, this
hate
has
you.
been Kinda Funny Gamescast. Thank you very much for joining us. Until next week, I love you.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to put an actual
there for Cool Greg post show, but don't worry, we're still here
Lights
for
went
you.
out while you were gone.
The cut's already done post show. We're still here.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys.
No, it's
Not
not
your
you.
fault.
Your fault.
The computer just shut off.
I'm happy we had backups. That's great.
Yeah, that's why we run all the backups. But so it went to black for a little while on for the stream. The last like 10 minutes there.
Yeah, no. Can they hear you right now?
Yeah, they
Okay.
can. When I restarted the computer, it takes forever because it's a workstation, and OBS just would not get the signal.
Surely not
I had
OBS.
huh?
OBS gave you trouble? What?
Yeah.
Well, we're back now.
We are back.
Post show's here. You can obviously most of you I think support probably above the $1 level. You can catch the archive 10 minutes you missed tomorrow when it posts for everybody.
Yeah. Sorry about that, all. We care.
There we go.
How we got going on here? Hey, look, everybody's like, hey, look, lots of sympathy.
Mr.
there, Kevin.
Yasman 300 is the first thing I see. Comcast and Mr. Bucket killed Tim.
Goddamn buckets.
Great.
A lot of very funny people talking about sacrifices needed to be made and like saying R.I.P. Tim.
Oh, for Satan?
Yeah, there you go. That's it. You brought Satan into it. You brought the gremlins into the machine.
It's true. You invited him in. It's like
did.
it's very much like Paranormal Activity.
Man,
Saying he helped.
I'm just going back to wandering around the county fair in my small town in the early 90s, reading all the anti-satanic like pamphlets and literature warning us not to play Dungeons & Dragons because it was going to destroy us.
Yeah, that's how they get you.
Yeah.
Y'all think it's fun, and then guess what?
That's
You
right.
go from having Matt Mercer in your house to having Satan in your house.
Pretty soon, Tom Hanks is in your basement killing people.
Yep.
It's weird.
Yep.
Man,
Marksman
Mazes and
for
Monsters.
Dog.
Ooh. You watch that?
No.
Oh, Tom Hanks. You need...
I like Tom Hanks a lot, but like the Da Vinci Code, I couldn't follow him down that road.
Okay, so this is a way early Tom Hanks movie where he is playing a role-playing obsessed college student.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
What is it called?
It's called Mazes and Monsters.
Oh, I thought it was one of the Da Vinci movies. Okay,
No,
keep going,
this is
keep going.
way older. So
Okay.
it's Tom Hanks, and he's off at college, and he's like, he and his college friends are going to play this new role-playing game, Mazes and Monsters. But
Okay.
Tom Hanks is having trouble separating fantasy from reality.
Oh, no.
And pretty soon he's running around with a sword, like stabbing people. It's pretty rad.
All right.
Yeah.
Is this before or after Bachelor Party?
This is like the first thing I ever remember. seeing
Wow.
him in.
Okay.
I'd say pre-Bachelor Party.
Stephen James Osland says, I'm loving Tropical Freeze so far, Tim. Congratulations. I'm very happy for you. And there was two more that I wanted to read. Oh, Jordan Andow says, Jared, are you a Shenmue fan?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Awesome.
Are you?
No, I'm not. So I'm happy we finally get some representation.
Oh, we're going to talk some Shenmue.
Hell yeah, it's going to be good.
When's this happening?
I don't know. Whenever they decide to put it out.
I'm going to send you a list of all the things that like we've gone through. Like we need to do a thing with that.
Yeah.
Because I kept one.
Well, no, I'm just talking about like when we're watching the conferences and if Shenmue were to come up,
Yeah.
like we don't care.
We're
People get
Shenmue
mad
and
at us
stuff.
for not caring.
I care so
We'll-
much.
We'll have someone care.
People get mad at us for not caring.
That should be a shirt.
Let's see. And then
Yeah. Somebody's telling me to watch something in the rain.
Mike says, Tim, what's your ideal Crash Final Smash? I feel it's so simple, but just the mask. Give him the mask and have him run around like just powered up and like kind of like the functionality of the hammer item.
For a Final Smash?
Mhm.
I want him to
Just for,
run.
like, 10
I want him
minutes,
to
though.
run at the television, like one of those stages where you're
Yeah,
running towards
and
the
have the
screen.
boulder
The ball's
everywhere.
running behind
that's
him.
kinda-
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
the boulder just smashes everything.
That'd be cool. Andrew McDonald says, are those the new Jordan 1s, Tim? No, these are the new loves from probably 2011. They're old.
We got quiet.
I'm trying to find one more.
Super Splash Brothers. I want to play that.
Mr. Yasman says, Greg, you were right. No, he says you were about the superhero boss fight in God of War, but he means right because everybody else says I'm right, so he says I'm right about it too.
What we got here?
And finally, Mr. Yasmin the owner says, has Greg heard about the rumor that Peter Jackson might direct a DC film?
No, there's too many fucking goddamn rumors about this
Yeah,
shit. I'll
man.
believe it when I see it. Was Steven Spielberg still doing his stupid World War II fucking I'm a flying guy? Whatever, get out of here. Dan Reicher's super mega baseball clip made the ESPN Instagram feed, says Rudy Ortez Jr. I'll look into that.
You gotta love it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We will see you again next week or tomorrow on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames at 11 a.m. for the morning show. Thank you.
All right, everyone clear out except for Tim.
We did it.
Oh, here
We
it is.
did it.
Yeah, hello. We're still streaming, by the way.
You're doing the pointing, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hello.
I don't want to get out, man.
Come on, get it.
We good, Kev?
About time for me to hit that dusted tray.
Tell me when to go.
Yeah, we're good. Go whenever you want.
Hey, you can click here to subscribe to Kind of Funny Games. You can click there to subscribe to Kind of Funny. You can click there to support us on Patreon. You can click right here for whatever Kevin wants to put. Thanks.
Say bye to the kids.
Bye, kids.